Good morning. How may I assist you today?
Hi there. I'm looking for some travel itinerary suggestions for my upcoming trip to San Francisco.
Great choice. San Francisco is a beautiful city. How many days are you planning to stay?
I have about 4 days in total.
Okay, well, you definitely have to visit the Golden Gate Bridge. It's a must-see attraction.
Absolutely. What other places do you recommend?
How about visiting Alcatraz Island? The prison tour is very informative and interesting.
That sounds intriguing. What about some fun activities?
You can check out Fisherman's Wharf for some great seafood and souvenir shopping. You can also take a cable car ride for an iconic experience.
Those sound great. What about nightlife?
You should definitely visit the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood. It's famous for its counterculture history and has a vibrant nightlife.
Thank you so much for all the suggestions. I can't wait to explore San Francisco.
You're welcome. Do you need help with booking any tours or accommodation?
Yes, that would be helpful.
All right, I will pull up some options for you. Is there anything else you need assistance with?
No, that's all. Thank you again.
My pleasure. Have a wonderful trip. Hey there, B. How's it going?
Hi, hey. Not bad, thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing well too. So, we've got a website to improve, huh?
Yeah, it seems so. What do you think is the most urgent problem we need to address?
I think the navigation is quite confusing. Maybe we can come up with a more intuitive menu.
Good point. I also noticed that the loading speed is not up to par. Perhaps we should optimize the code.
Agreed. And speaking of the code, we should make sure it's compatible with different browsers and devices.
Definitely. And while we're at it, maybe we can add some animations to make the site more engaging.
Yes, that's an excellent idea. We don't want the site to look too plain.
Another thing we can do is to make sure the site is accessible to users with disabilities.
Absolutely. We should aim for inclusiveness. Oh, and did you notice that the site is not mobile-friendly?
Yes, I did. We need to make sure it's responsive and adjusts to different screen sizes.
And we should make sure the site is optimized for search engines so that it's easier to find.
Right. We don't want the site to be buried among the millions of other websites out there.
Well, I think that's quite a list of things we need to do.
Sure is, but I think we can handle it. We make a pretty good team, don't you think?
Absolutely. I'm confident we'll come up with something great. Hi there, B. I'm really excited to work with you on designing a modern corporate website.
Hey. Me too. I have some initial ideas that I would like to share with you.
Great. I'm all ears.
I think the website should have a minimalist design with bold colors and clear typography. What do you think?
I completely agree. A simple yet modern look will be visually appealing.
Also, it's important to have a responsive design that looks good on different screen sizes.
Yes, that's vital nowadays. It's essential to keep in mind that users browse the internet using a variety of devices, and we want to ensure they have the best user experience regardless of their device.
I was also thinking of incorporating some interactive elements like animations or videos to make the website more engaging.
That's a great idea. It will help to capture the attention of the audience and create a memorable experience.
Absolutely. We could also discuss creating a streamlined, intuitive user interface to create a seamless user experience.
Definitely. If it's too complicated, this could turn users away from the website.
What are your thoughts on the website's content?
We should have a balance between text and visuals. I would suggest keeping the text concise and impactful, and complementing it with high-quality images.
Totally agree. We could also add a blog section to keep the website up to date with the latest industry news to keep visitors coming back.
That's an excellent idea. It will add credibility to the website and attract return visitors.
Is there anything else you could think of that we've missed?
Well, we should ensure the website is search engine optimized so that it ranks high on Google and other search engines.
Yes, I was planning on structuring the site in such a way that the search engine finds it easily.
We make a great team, B. I can't wait to see the final outcome of our work.
Same here, hey. Let's create something truly amazing.
Hey B, how's the back end of the new internal website system coming along?
Pretty well, actually. We just finished writing the database schema and now we're moving on to the API.
Nice. I've been working on the front end and I was thinking of using Bootstrap for the design. What do you think?
Using Bootstrap would save us a lot of time and effort. It's a great choice. I can't wait to see what you come up with.
Yeah, Bootstrap is definitely a time saver. But do you think it will work well with ASP.NET MVC5?
Absolutely, Bootstrap works well with all kinds of web development frameworks. Plus, it's responsive, so it should look good on all devices.
That's good to hear. I was a bit worried about how it would look on mobile devices.
Not to worry, Bootstrap has got our back. Have you considered using any front-end frameworks like Vue.js or React?
I was thinking about it, but I'm not that confident with front-end frameworks just yet. I'd like to stick with what I know for now.
That's completely understandable. It's better to stick with what you know rather than diving into something you're not familiar with. Plus, ASP.NET MVC5 is a great option.
Thanks for understanding. I feel like Bootstrap and ASP.NET MVC5 are a great combination for our project.
Absolutely, and if you have any questions or need any help, just let me know. We're all in this together.
Thanks, B. I appreciate it. Do you think we can finish this project by the end of the month?
Assuming everything goes smoothly, I think we can definitely finish it on time. But we should factor in some buffer time for unforeseen circumstances.
Good point. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks again for your help.
No problem, happy to help out. Let's build an amazing website together.
Hi there. Welcome to our cafe. What can I get for you today?
Hi, I'd like a cup of hand-brewed coffee, please.
Great choice. Which blend do you prefer? We have a medium roast from Guatemala and a dark roast from Ethiopia.
I'll go with the medium roast from Guatemala. And I'm also curious about your specialty desserts.
Well, we have our popular matcha milk crepe cake, which is made with fresh matcha powder.
That sounds delicious. How long does it take to make?
It takes about 2 hours to make the crepes and another hour to assemble the cake.
Wow, that's quite a process. I'll definitely have to try it.
Great. I'll have that prepared for you while your coffee is brewing.
Thank you. So, how did you become interested in baking?
I've always had a sweet tooth and a passion for creating new desserts. I attended culinary school and specialized in pastry making.
That's impressive. What's your favorite dessert to make?
I would have to say anything with chocolate. I love experimenting with different types of chocolate and creating unique flavor combinations.
I'll keep that in mind for next time. Here's my coffee, smells heavenly. How do you suggest I pair it with the cake?
The light, fruity notes of the Guatemalan coffee blend well with the rich, earthy flavor of the matcha crepe cake. It's a combination that complements each other's flavors.
Sounds like a perfect match. I can't wait to try it. Thanks for the recommendation.
No problem, enjoy your treat. Let me know if you need anything else. Hi there, I'm the real estate agent for this property. My name is John, how can I assist you today?
Hi John, I'm looking for a place to buy on the Gold Coast. Can you tell me more about this property?
Sure. This is a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment located just a few blocks from the beach. The building comes equipped with a gym and pool too.
That sounds amazing. Can you tell me a bit more about the neighborhood?
Of course. This neighborhood is really trendy and is at the heart of the Gold Coast. There are loads of great cafes and restaurants around just a short walk away.
Really? That sounds like a great place to live. What's the price range for this property?
It's listed at $500,000, within your budget?
Actually, that sounds perfect. Can we take a look inside?
Absolutely. I think you'll be impressed with what it has to offer. Make yourself at home and let me know if you have any questions.
Wow, this place is beautiful. The view from the balcony is amazing too.
Yes, it's quite stunning. The beach is just in walking distance from here.
Can we talk about the specifics of the sale now? What sort of payment options are available?
We can discuss financing options together with your bank to help you work out what works best for you.
Great, that's good to know. When could I move in if I decided to purchase this property?
If we finalize the transaction quickly, you could be settled in within the next month or 2.
That's really quick. Do you have any other similar properties listed for sale?
Yes, we have a few other listings in this area that you may be interested in. Shall I show you some of the other available listings?
Yes, please do. Let's see what else is out there. Thank you for showing me around, John.
It was my pleasure. I'm happy to help. Let me get my computer and we can take a look at the other properties together. Hey there, B. It's great to see you today. What's new in the world of cybersecurity?
Hi A. Good to see you too. Well, there's always something new happening in this field. Today we're going to talk about user data privacy.
Ah, yes, a very important issue these days. So how can we protect our users' personal information?
First, we need to make sure we're following best practices for collecting, storing, and using data. That means being transparent with our users about what we're collecting and keeping only the information we really need.
Makes sense. And how can we prevent unauthorized access to our users' data?
One way is to use encryption to protect the data in transit and at rest. And of course, we need to make sure our systems are secure and regularly monitored for vulnerabilities.
Good point. But what about social engineering attacks? Those can be really sneaky.
Yes, indeed. We need to educate our users about these kinds of attacks and remind them to never give out their personal information to anyone they don't know and trust.
And we should also make it easy for our users to protect themselves, like offering two-factor authentication and a password reset function.
Absolutely. But we need to keep in mind that even with these measures in place, there's always a risk. The key is to minimize it as much as we can.
Well said, B. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Let's make sure we're doing everything we can to protect our users' data and privacy.
Agreed, hey. It's a responsibility we can't take lightly. Thanks for the chat today.
Hey B, do you know about ISO 27001 threat?
Oh yeah, that's a standard to measure security risks, right?
Yes. You're on point. But don't let its name scare you, it's not a horror movie.
Haha, true. But it can be scary if you're not compliant and a hacker gets into a company's systems.
I agree. And when that happens, the company will have to say bye-bye to their reputation.
Exactly. But you know what? It's not all bad news. ISO 27001 could be the best ally against threats.
How's that?
By implementing its requirements, companies can identify and mitigate risks, averting potential attacks. Plus, they can show clients that they take security seriously.
Oh, that's a good point. You're right, ISO 27001 can be a game changer.
Yup, it could be the security blanket that helps businesses sleep peacefully at night.
Haha, that's a nice way to put it. I hope every company realizes its importance.
Fingers crossed. By the way, have you heard about the new ISO 27002 update?
No, I haven't. What's new in it?
Well, it includes guidelines for cloud security and mobile devices. It's like a cool security update for our tech-savvy world.
Amazing, ISO is always on the lookout for new security challenges. I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, it's like an exciting book, but with less dragons and more firewalls.
Haha, love the comparison. With ISO 27001 and a bit of humor, we're prepared for any threat that comes our way.
You got that right.
Hey B, have you heard about ISO 27001 network security?
No, I haven't. What is it all about?
It's the international standard for information security management system. Basically, it helps organizations manage and protect their sensitive information.
That sounds interesting. Why do you ask?
I was just wondering if your company has implemented it yet.
Nope, we haven't. Do you think it's necessary?
Absolutely. Cybersecurity threats are on the rise, and it's important to ensure that our information is secure.
True, but it sounds like it could be a lot of work.
Yes, it does require some effort, but once you're certified, it gives a lot of peace of mind.
I see. Is there any benefit to implementing ISO 27001 aside from security?
Well, for one, it demonstrates to clients and stakeholders that your organization takes its security seriously. Additionally, it can help you comply with other regulations like GDPR.
That makes sense. I'll definitely bring this up to my manager and see if it's something we should pursue.
Great. I can also send you some more information about the certification process and what it entails.
That would be very helpful. Thanks, A.
No problem, B. It's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to protecting our information. Hi there, how are you doing today, B?
Hey, A, I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. So, let's talk about how we can design an immersive interface for our game.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. What do you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking of adding some interactive elements to the interface to make the user's experience more engaging.
That's a good idea. How about using some animations or sounds to grab the user's attention?
Yes, that would definitely do the trick. We could also use bright colors to make the interface more visually appealing.
Agreed. We should also focus on making the interface easy to navigate so that the user doesn't get frustrated while playing.
Yes, you're right. We could add some tooltips or simple tutorials to guide the user through the game.
That's definitely something we'll need to keep in mind. Another thing we should consider is making sure the font and text size are easy to read.
Sure, we'll make sure to use a legible font and increase the text size where necessary. We should also make sure to leave enough white space to avoid cluttering the interface.
Absolutely. We want to make sure the interface is clean and organized so that the user can focus on the game. Overall, I think we're on the right track to creating an immersive interface.
I couldn't agree more. This should be a fun project to work on. Hey B, have you seen the latest numbers on our website traffic?
Yes, I have. It's a great start, but we need to keep up the momentum.
Absolutely. That's why I think we should focus on social media marketing.
Good point. Which platform should we prioritize?
I think we should start with Instagram. We can showcase our products with interesting visuals.
That's a great idea. And we should definitely collaborate with influencers to expand our reach.
Yes. And we can also run some fun contests and giveaways to engage our followers.
Definitely. And what about email marketing?
It's still important. We can send newsletters and exclusive offers to our subscribers.
Right. We should make sure the content is valuable and not just promotional.
Agreed. And let's not forget about SEO optimization.
Of course. We need to make sure our website is easily searchable and accessible.
Exactly. And we can also try experimenting with video marketing to keep things fresh.
That's a great idea. We could make some funny or informative videos to share on social media.
Yes. It's important to have fun and be creative while also being strategic.
For sure. With you leading the team, I know we'll come up with some great ideas.
Thanks B. You're a valuable member of the team too. Let's keep up the great work. Hey, have you heard about ISO 27001 two-factor authentication, 2FA?
No, what is it?
It's a security measure that requires two forms of identification to access a system.
Oh, like a password and a fingerprint scan?
Exactly. It's supposed to make it more difficult for hackers to access sensitive information.
That's smart. How does it work?
Well, first you enter your username and password. Then, you need to provide a second form of identification, like a code from your phone or a biometric scan.
Got it. Is it difficult to set up?
Not really. Most systems have it built in, and it only takes a few extra steps to set it up.
That sounds easy enough. Is it worth it?
Definitely. It's a small inconvenience for a big increase in security.
Yeah, I can see that. Do you use it?
Yes, I do. It gives me peace of mind knowing that my information is protected.
I might have to set it up for myself then.
You should. It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Agreed. Thanks for telling me about it.
No problem. Stay safe out there. Hi there. I'm a travel photographer. Nice to meet you.
Hi. I'm a tourist visiting Tasmania. Your camera looks pretty professional. What are you taking photos of?
Thanks. I'm taking photos of these amazing trees and the unique wildlife here in the forest. They are just breathtaking.
Yeah, I agree. The forest is so serene and calming. What kind of camera do you use?
I use a Canon EOS R5 camera. It helps me capture the natural beauty in high definition. Do you like taking photos too?
I'm not a pro like you, but I enjoy taking photos of beautiful scenery while traveling. It's a great way to capture memories.
Absolutely. What's your favorite place to visit and take photos?
I would say nature reserves or national parks. These places offer beautiful landscapes and wildlife, just like here in Tasmania.
Yes, nature photography is always a great idea for capturing memories. Do you have any tips for taking good photos?
I guess the lighting and angles are important. Also, having a good eye for detail helps to find something special in ordinary places.
Great tips. Yeah, you can bring your own unique perspective to the world through photography. That's why I love it so much.
I can see that, and I can see why you chose Tasmania as a destination for your photography. It's truly fascinating.
It sure is. You're welcome to join me if you'd like. We can explore more of the forest and take some beautiful photos together.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited to learn more about photography from a pro.
My pleasure. Let's get started and capture some amazing photos of the natural beauty around us. Look B. This is a beautiful carousel ride. Let's give it a try.
Daddy, I love riding the carousel. Can we ride the pink unicorn?
Of course, anything for my little princess. Hey, I bet we can catch some of those butterflies in the air.
Oh, Dad, you're so funny. Let's see how many we can catch.
Look over there, they have a giant slide. Do you want to go on it?
Yes, please. Let's go, let's go.
Wow, that was fast. You're like a rocket. Do you want to try it again?
Yes, but this time let's see who can go down the slide faster. I bet it's me.
Haha, we'll see about that. Ready, set, go.
Yay, I won. You owe me some cotton candy now, Dad.
Haha, you got it. Let's go get some cotton candy and see what else we can find to do.
Best day ever, thanks, Dad.
No problem, my little adventurer. Happily ever after, right?
Right.
Hi there. Have you tried the new salad place down the street?
No, I haven't. What's good there?
Everything. Their Caesar salad is to die for.
I'm more of a Greek salad person myself. Who needs croutons when you have feta cheese?
Fair enough. But have you ever tried adding fruit to your salad?
Fruit? That sounds odd.
Trust me, it's a game changer. Try adding some sliced strawberries or mandarin oranges to your next salad.
I might have to give that a try. But I will always have a soft spot for a classic Cobb salad.
Can't go wrong with a Cobb salad. But what about dressing? Are you a vinaigrette or ranch person?
Definitely ranch. I know it's not the healthiest, but it just tastes so good.
Hey, a little bit of indulgence is totally okay. It's all about balance, right?
I couldn't agree more. And speaking of balance, have you heard of the taco salad diet?
No. But it sounds intriguing.
Basically, you can eat as much taco salad as you want as long as it's the main dish for every meal.
I don't know if that's the healthiest option.
True, but it still sounds delicious.
Agreed. And on that note, I think it's time for a trip to the salad bar. Who's with me?
Count me in. Let's go get our greens on.
Hi there, I'm the project manager for this hospital's information system upgrade. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm the IT consultant you requested. Nice to meet you too.
So, I know we have some issues with our current system. What do you suggest we do first?
Well, I think we need to do a thorough evaluation of what's currently working and what's not. Then we can come up with a plan of action.
That sounds reasonable. How long do you think that will take?
It really depends on the size of the hospital and how complex the system is. It could take a few weeks or a few months.
That's longer than I was hoping for. But I understand it's important to get it right.
Definitely, we don't want to rush and end up with more problems. Plus, a well-designed system can actually save time and money in the long run.
That's true. Can you give me an example?
Sure, for example, if we streamline the record-keeping process, doctors and nurses will spend less time filling out forms and more time caring for patients.
I see. That would definitely be a huge help. What about cybersecurity? How do we make sure our system is secure?
We'll need to implement the latest security measures and make sure everyone is educated on best practices. Hackers are always finding new ways to breach systems, so it's important to stay vigilant.
Good point. Speaking of education, can you provide training for our staff once the new system is in place?
Absolutely. I can provide on-site training and offer ongoing support as needed.
Sounds great. Do you have any recommendations for software we should use?
There are a few different options depending on your needs and budget. I can send you a list of my top choices.
That would be wonderful, thank you. How about compatibility with other systems we use?
We'll need to do some testing to make sure there are no compatibility issues. But in general, most software is designed to integrate with other systems.
Okay, that's good to know. Overall, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this project. What do you think?
I think we have a lot of work ahead of us, but I'm confident we can create a system that will greatly benefit the hospital and its patients.
Perfect, I'm glad we're on the same page. Let's get started. Hey B, have you heard about ISO 27001 security management?
Yeah, I have. It's all about keeping information secure, right?
Exactly. And did you know that it's not just for big corporations anymore?
Really? Tell me more.
Well, even small businesses and startups can benefit from implementing ISO 27001. It's like insurance for your data.
That's interesting. But doesn't it sound like a lot of work?
It can be, but it's definitely worth it. Plus, you get to learn a lot about your own data security and risk management.
I can see the benefits. But I'm still not convinced it's fun.
Well, think of it this way, ISO 27001 is like a puzzle that needs solving. And who doesn't love a good puzzle?
Okay, you have a point there. So, have you implemented it in your company?
Yes. And you know what's even more fun? Outsmarting hackers and keeping our data safe.
That sounds like a challenge I'm willing to take on. Maybe I should look into it too.
Absolutely. Just remember to have fun with it, and you'll be ISO certified in no time. Hi, B. What brings you to the museum today?
Hello, A. I'm here to get some inspiration for a cultural event website I'm designing. How about you?
I'm here to unwind after a long week of coding. That's interesting. What kind of event are you designing for?
It's for a jazz music festival. But I'm having some trouble designing a user-friendly interface. Could you help me out?
Sure thing. I'd love to help. Have you considered incorporating a search bar on the homepage? It could help users find what they're looking for quickly.
Yes, that's a good idea. What about the layout of the website? Do you have any suggestions on how it should look?
I suggest using a minimalist design. Too many colors and flashy images can be overwhelming for users. A clean and simple layout is more visually appealing.
That's true. The website should also be mobile-friendly since most people use their phones to look for events these days. What do you think about the font style?
I suggest using a legible font like Arial or Helvetica. And don't use too many fancy fonts for headlines. It could make the website look cluttered.
Got it. Thanks for your input, A. I will take your suggestions into consideration. Do you want to grab some refreshments at the museum cafe?
Yes, that sounds like a great idea. Have you tried their chocolate cake? It's delicious.
No, I haven't. Let's go try it out. Do you want to take a look at the paintings on display after we finish our cake?
Sure. That sounds like a fun way to spend the afternoon. Hello there, may I help you with anything?
Hi, yes, I was just looking for some information on tourist packages and deals.
Sure thing. We have a variety of options available depending on your interests and budget. Are you interested in a specific country or region?
Well, I was thinking of doing a tour of Europe, maybe for 2 or 3 weeks.
Great idea. We have a number of different packages that cover popular cities like Paris, London, Rome, and Berlin. Have you considered visiting any of those?
Definitely, those are all on my list.
Perfect. We also have options for guided tours, group travel, or even customized trips. What would you prefer?
I think I'd prefer a guided tour with a smaller group of people. That way, I can focus on enjoying the experience without worrying about details like transportation and accommodations.
That's a smart choice. We have a few different guided tours that include smaller, intimate groups of travelers. They're led by knowledgeable and experienced guides, so you'll get a lot out of it.
That sounds great. How about the price? What kind of budget should I expect for a trip like this?
We have a few different packages that range in price depending on the itinerary and the level of luxury you're looking for. On average, though, I'd say a 2-week guided tour of Europe would start around $2,500.
That's not bad at all. Do you have any current promotions or deals going on?
As a matter of fact, we do. If you book a tour before the end of the month, you can get 10% off your package price.
Wow, that's a fantastic deal. I think I'll have to take advantage of that.
Excellent. Let me show you some options, and we can get you started on the booking process. You're going to have an amazing trip to Europe. Hey, have you seen the latest updates on the system?
No, I haven't had the chance yet. What's new?
Well, there's a new feature that allows us to schedule maintenance tasks automatically.
That sounds useful. It saves a lot of time and effort, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Plus, it reduces the risk of human error during maintenance.
I totally agree. So, have you tried it out already?
Not yet, but I'm planning to set it up for next week's maintenance routine.
Great. Let me know how it goes.
Sure thing. By the way, I've noticed some performance issues with the system lately.
Yeah, I heard about that too. Do you have any idea what's causing it?
Not really, but I'm thinking of running some diagnostics to identify the problem.
That's a good idea. Let me know if you need any help with that.
Will do. I'm also considering upgrading some of the hardware components to improve the system's speed and efficiency.
That could be a bit costly. Have you checked with the management about the budget for it?
Yes, I have. Fortunately, there's a provision for system upgrades in the current budget plan.
That's good news. So, when are you planning to start the upgrade process?
I'm thinking of starting it next month. That should give us enough time to prepare everything.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get the system back to its peak performance.
Absolutely. I'm always up for a good challenge, especially when it involves improving our system. Good morning, Mr. B. I'm glad you could make it here to our rural school.
Good morning, A. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to share some agricultural knowledge with your students.
That's great to hear. We have a lot of eager learners here. Are there any particular topics you'd like to cover?
Well, I was thinking of starting with soil science. It's essential to understand the foundation of agricultural practices.
Excellent idea. I'm sure the kids will be fascinated to learn about all the microorganisms that make soil so vital.
Yes, and we can also talk about different types of fertilizers and how to keep soil healthy.
That would be incredibly valuable. Our community is primarily agricultural, and it's crucial that the students have a solid foundation in this area.
Absolutely. And maybe we can also talk about crop rotations and how to manage pests without harmful chemicals.
That sounds perfect. Our students are always asking about ways to farm sustainably.
I'm glad to hear that. It's crucial to protect our planet while still meeting our agricultural needs.
I couldn't agree more. We value our land and our environment and always try to include eco-friendly practices in our farming.
That's wonderful to hear. I think our discussion will be fruitful and helpful to all.
I'm thrilled to have you here. Our kids will benefit tremendously from your expertise.
It's my pleasure, A. Let's get started.
Hey, B. Did you hear about the car race driver A and the mechanic B? They're currently doing some car maintenance at the racetrack.
Oh, really? That's cool. Are they buddies or just working together?
I think they're just working together. But they seem to be having fun while doing it.
Well, that's good. It's always better to work with someone you can have a laugh with.
Definitely. And I'd bet being around those fast cars and adrenaline junkies makes the job pretty exciting too.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Always a lot of action going on at the racetrack.
You know what they say, fast cars, fast lives.
Haha, I've heard that one before. But I think I prefer a bit more relaxation in my life.
True, it's important to balance work and play. But sometimes, a little excitement can spice things up.
I guess so. Hey, speaking of excitement, have you ever been to a car race before?
No, I haven't. But I've always wanted to. The sound of those engines is just so exhilarating.
You should definitely check it out sometime. It's a whole different world. And who knows, you might even run into A and B at the racetrack.
That would be pretty awesome. I'll definitely have to keep an eye out for them.
For sure. But for now, let's just hope those two can get that car fixed up in time for the next race.
Agreed. I wouldn't want to be the reason they lost because of a malfunctioning vehicle.
Good point. Well, let's hope for the best and maybe even catch them at the finish line.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go grab some snacks and watch the race. Hey, have you heard about the emergency situation we might face?
Oh no, what's going on?
There's a chance we might experience a power outage tonight, and we need to be prepared.
That sounds serious. What should we do?
We should stock up on candles, flashlights, and batteries. And make sure our phones are fully charged.
Good point. But what about food?
We should prepare some non-perishable items, like snacks and canned goods. Just in case.
Okay, we'll do that. But what about entertainment?
I'm glad you asked. We can play board games, cards, or even tell spooky stories.
That could be fun. But what if we get scared?
Don't worry, we can huddle together and sing some happy songs instead.
Laughs, all right, I think we're ready for anything now.
Chuckles, yes, we're like a couple of Boy Scouts. Always prepared.
Smiles, so true. Thanks for reminding me of what we need to do.
No problem. That's what friends are for.
Grinning, you got that right. Let's hope we don't have to use any of this stuff.
Crosses fingers, agreed. But if we do, we'll be ready for anything. Good afternoon, B. How are you feeling today?
Hi, Nurse A. I'm feeling much better, thanks. I think the medication you prescribed is working wonders.
That's great to hear. How are you doing with following the medication schedule we discussed last time?
Honestly, I'm having a bit of trouble remembering to take my pills on time.
No worries, that's a common issue. Do you think setting alarms on your phone would help?
Actually, I tried that but kept ignoring the alarms. Maybe a friend reminding me would be better.
That's a good idea. You could also try leaving a sticky note on your fridge or bathroom mirror to help remind you.
I like that. I'll give it a shot. How about the side effects of the medication?
It's important to let me know if you're experiencing any unusual symptoms. But generally, the side effects are minimal for this medication.
That's good to know. I was worried I would feel drowsy or nauseous.
Not to worry. Just remember to take the medication with food and plenty of water to prevent any stomach upset.
Got it. Thank you, Nurse A. You're the best.
No problem at all. Remember, I'm here to help you every step of the way. Good morning, B. How are you today?
Good morning, A. I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm fantastic, especially after trying some of the Cabernet Sauvignon you gave me yesterday. It was superb.
Glad to hear that. You know, we have a new harvest of Syrah grapes this year which would pair beautifully with your cheese selection.
That sounds delightful. I have been experimenting with a new cheddar recipe that I think could really complement the boldness of your Syrah.
Wonderful. I'm eager to try it. By the way, did you hear about the wild boar that's been sneaking into the vineyard? It's been causing quite a stir lately.
Oh no, that's a shame. We have our own issues with pesky mice in the dairy. Maybe we could team up and come up with a solution together?
That's a great idea. We could set up some traps and create a natural barrier to deter the animals.
Yes, and in return for your help, we could offer a special package deal of our cheese and your wine for our customers to enjoy.
I like it. We can call it the wild pairing. It's sure to be a hit.
Agreed. I can already envision the beautiful cheese and wine boards we could create. This is such an exciting collaboration.
Indeed it is. Our customers will be in for a treat with our combined offerings. Speaking of which, I think it's time we do a tasting to finalize our pairing options.
Absolutely. Let's grab some glasses and start exploring the flavors of cheese and wine. Cheers to a wonderful partnership.
Cheers. I'm looking forward to what the future holds for us.
Good morning, Dr. B. Are you ready to start the surgery?
Yes, Nurse A. I've been preparing for this surgery since yesterday.
That's great, Doctor. Do you need me to assist you in any way?
Yes, I'll need you to hand me the surgical tools as we go along.
Of course, Doctor. I'll make sure to have everything ready for you.
Have you ever had surgery before, Nurse A?
No, Dr. B. I'm grateful that I haven't, but it's important for me to be familiar with the surgical process to assist you better.
You're a great assistant, Nurse A. Do you mind if we play some music to lighten up the mood?
Not at all, Dr. B. What kind of music do you prefer?
How about some classic rock? It always puts me in a good mood.
I love classic rock too, Dr. B. Let me just set up our playlist.
These instruments are complicated to use. It's a good thing you're here, Nurse A.
Thank you for the compliment, Dr. B. It's important to have a good team to ensure the best outcome for the patient.
I agree with you, Nurse A. Teamwork makes the dream work.
This surgery is going well so far, Dr. B.
Yes, it is. Thanks to your assistance, everything is falling into place.
We make a great team, Dr. B.
Absolutely, Nurse A. We couldn't have done it without each other.
Hey, B. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, A. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm great. So, I wanted to talk to you about utilizing machine learning to improve our search engine's efficiency.
Yes, that's a great idea. I think machine learning can definitely help us with that.
Do you have any ideas on where we can start?
Well, we can start by analyzing user behavior and search patterns. This will give us a better idea of how to improve our search algorithms.
That sounds like a good plan. What tools and techniques do you suggest we use for this?
We can use clustering algorithms, regression analysis, and natural language processing to gather insights and patterns from user data.
Interesting. Do you think we should use supervised or unsupervised learning techniques for this?
I think we should start with unsupervised learning to explore the data and identify patterns. Then, we can move to supervised learning to make more accurate predictions.
That makes sense. How do you think we can evaluate the success of our machine learning approach?
We can use metrics like precision, accuracy, and recall to evaluate the performance of our models.
Great idea. Do you have any concerns about implementing machine learning in our search engine?
One concern I have is maintaining user privacy and ensuring that the data we collect is kept secure.
Yes, that's definitely a valid concern. We'll need to make sure we have proper security protocols in place.
Another concern is ensuring that the models we develop are ethical and don't perpetuate any bias.
Absolutely. We need to make sure our models are fair and unbiased. One way we can do that is by diversifying our data sources.
That's a great idea. We need to make sure we're not relying on just one source of data.
Exactly. Well, it looks like we have a good plan in place. Thanks for your insights, B.
No problem, A. Let's get to work and make our search engine the best it can be.
Hi there, B. I heard you're a machine vision engineer.
Yes, that's right. What can I help you with?
Well, I'm working as a software engineer in a logistics company, and we're having some trouble with our cargo tracking system. Do you think machine vision technology could help us out?
Absolutely. Machine vision has the ability to accurately track items as well as detect their dimensions and even damage.
That sounds perfect. Do you think we could use machine vision to streamline the tracking process?
Definitely. We can use cameras to capture images of the cargo, then use software to analyze the images and determine the location and status of each item.
That sounds amazing. But what about identifying items that might be damaged?
We can use deep learning algorithms to identify and classify any damages or abnormalities within the images.
That's incredible. I can't wait to share this solution with our development team.
Applying machine vision to logistics can be a game changer. It's exciting to see the scope of possibilities with this technology.
Definitely. And it's good to know that we can count on experts like you to help us make the most of it.
Of course. It's always exciting to work on breakthrough projects like this.
Thank you so much for your help. Let's keep in touch and discuss further how we can implement this solution in our company.
That sounds great. Always happy to collaborate.
Hi there. I'm the restaurant manager. It's great to meet you. That's great to hear. So, let's talk about the menu. What are some of your specialties? Wonderful. We could definitely incorporate those into the menu. Speaking of which, do you have any new ideas for dishes? Sounds delicious. And what about techniques? Do you have any tips for our other chefs? Ah, that's a great tip. What about dessert? Are you good at making those too? Yum. Those are always popular. Speaking of popularity, do you have any insight on what our customers tend to order the most? Interesting, thanks for letting me know. How about your own personal favorite dish to cook? I can imagine. Well, I think you'll fit right in here. Thanks for all your input, chef. Hey B, have you ever heard of ISO 27001 information security?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Well, it's an international standard that provides a framework for managing and protecting sensitive information.
Interesting. How does it work?
Basically, it's a set of guidelines and controls that organizations must follow to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of their data.
Ah, I see. So what kind of information are we talking about here?
Any kind of information that's considered sensitive or valuable, such as financial data, personal information, or intellectual property.
That sounds pretty important. Have you worked with ISO 27001 before?
Yes, I have. It's a great way to ensure that your organization is taking the necessary steps to safeguard its information assets.
Does it require a lot of work to implement?
It can be a bit time-consuming, but it's definitely worth it. There are a lot of benefits to having a robust information security management system in place.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, it can help you comply with regulatory requirements and avoid costly fines. It can also help you build trust with your customers and partners, and protect your reputation in the event of a data breach.
That makes sense. So what are some of the key elements of ISO 27001?
There are quite a few, but some of the main ones include risk assessment and management, security policy development, and incident management and response.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. Do you think our company should implement ISO 27001?
Absolutely. I think it would be a great step towards ensuring the security of our data and the trust of our stakeholders. Plus, it's always good to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to information security.
Good point. I'll talk to our boss about it and see what she thinks. Thanks for the info, A.
Anytime, B. Let me know if you have any other questions. Hi, B. What are you up to today?
Hi, Mom. I'm planning to make a cake. Do you want to help me?
Sure, I'd love to. What kind of cake are you making?
I'm making a chocolate cake. I found a great recipe online that I'm following.
That sounds delicious. What do we need to do first?
First, we need to mix the dry ingredients together: flour, sugar, cocoa powder, and baking soda.
Okay, let's get started. Do we have everything we need in the kitchen?
Yes, we do. And we also need to beat the eggs and add some oil and vanilla essence.
Great. I'll start with the eggs, and you can measure out the dry ingredients.
Sounds like a plan. Hey, Mom, did you know that chocolate cake was invented in the 18th century?
Really? I had no idea. How did you learn that?
I read it in a history book. It's interesting how things evolve over time.
It sure is. And speaking of evolution, let's mix these ingredients and see what we create.
Absolutely. I can't wait to taste the batter.
Laughs, me neither, but let's try to save some for the actual cake.
Laughs, okay, Mom, you're the boss. Let's put this cake in the oven.
Wait, we have to grease the pan first. Don't forget that crucial step.
Oh, right. Thanks for reminding me, Mom. You're an awesome assistant.
Smiles, and you're an amazing pastry chef, my dear. I can't wait to taste this chocolate cake. Have you heard about digital transformation? It's everywhere these days.
Of course. But do you think it's worth the investment? It seems like a huge undertaking.
Definitely. The cost may be high, but the return on investment can be even higher.
Interesting. How do we evaluate that?
One way is to look at the cost savings from increased efficiency and reduced manual labor.
And what about the potential increase in revenue?
That's also a factor to consider. But we have to be realistic about the time it takes to see that return.
Makes sense. So how do we measure the return on investment?
We can use metrics like ROI and payback period to help us determine the financial benefits.
Got it. And how do we choose the right digital tools to invest in?
We need to do a thorough analysis of our current processes and identify areas that would benefit from automation.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It is. But the benefits of digital transformation are hard to ignore. It can help us stay competitive and improve the overall success of our organization.
I agree. Let's start looking into it more seriously.
Great. We can start by researching some case studies to see how other companies have implemented their digital transformations.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
Good afternoon, how can I assist you today?
Hi. I am interested in purchasing some vitamins and supplements. Can you recommend some that would complement my diet?
Of course. We have a wide range of options available. Have you tried multivitamins?
Yes, but I'm not sure if I'm taking the right ones for my needs.
Have you considered vitamin D? It's essential for bone health, and many people don't get enough from their diet or exposure to sunlight.
That sounds like a good idea. What else do you recommend?
Omega-3 supplements are also popular because they may have heart protective effects. And if you're looking for antioxidants, vitamin C and E are great choices.
Thank you. Do you have any trusted brands that you would recommend?
We carry a variety of reputable brands such as Nature Made, Centrum, and Natural.
That's helpful. I also want to make sure I'm taking the right dosage for my needs.
Absolutely. The dosages can vary depending on age, gender, and other factors. I can help you find the right dosage for you.
That would be great. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
No, that's all. Thanks again for your expertise.
It was my pleasure. Have a great day. Hey B, great to see you.
Same here, eh? It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been super busy with a new project.
Tell me about it. I've been working on some cloud-based data processing myself.
Ah, perfect. That's exactly what I'm working on too.
Really? That's great to hear.
Yes. I'm trying to find a more efficient way to process large amounts of data using cloud technology.
Interesting. Have you found any solutions?
Well, I've been experimenting with some tools like Hadoop and Spark, but they're not ideal.
I know what you mean. I've used them before, but they can be a bit cumbersome.
Right. I'm looking for something with better scalability and ease of use.
You might want to look into Google Cloud or Amazon Web Services. They have some cool data processing tools.
I've heard about those. Which one do you recommend?
It depends on what you need. Google Cloud has BigQuery, which is great for analytics, and Amazon has Redshift, which is more of a data warehousing tool.
Interesting. Maybe I'll try both and see which one works better for my project.
That's a good idea. And don't forget to check out Microsoft Azure too. They have some cool data processing tools as well.
Thanks for the tip. I'll definitely look into that.
No problem. And if you need any help, just let me know.
Will do. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Hey, speaking of data, have you tried the new sushi place down the street? Their data analytics of customer preferences is top-notch.
Laughs, no, I haven't. Let's check it out after we finish discussing our data project.
Laughs, sounds like a plan.
Good morning, B. How can I help you today?
Hi A. I wanted to discuss a design project with you.
Sure, what kind of project is it?
I am thinking of redesigning my kitchen. I want it to be modern and functional.
Sounds exciting. Have you thought of any specific design elements that you want to incorporate?
Yes, I want an island in the middle of the kitchen and lots of storage space.
Great. We can definitely make that work. What about colors?
I was thinking of a neutral color palette with some pops of color.
That can work really well. We can add some colorful tiles or even a unique backsplash.
I love the idea of a unique backsplash. Do you have any suggestions?
How about using mirrored tiles or even a mosaic design? We can play around with different options.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to see what you come up with.
We'll make sure to create a 3D rendering so you can see the design before we start the actual renovation.
Thank you, that would be great. Do you have an estimate of the timeline and cost for this project?
It should take around 4 to 6 weeks to complete with a cost of around $20,000. Of course, this can vary depending on any additional requests or changes.
That's within my budget and timeline. Let's get started.
Perfect. I'm excited to work on this project with you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Asakusa Temple, one of the most famous landmarks in Tokyo. My name is A, and I will be your friendly driver for today.
And hello there, everyone. I'm B, your knowledgeable tour guide. As you probably already know, Asakusa Temple is a Buddhist temple founded in the 7th century.
That's right, B. It was originally built to enshrine the Buddhist statue of Kannon that was discovered in a nearby river. Many people come here to pray for good luck and prosperity.
Yes, and the temple is also home to the famous Sanja Festival, which is one of the biggest festivals in Tokyo. It takes place every May and features colorful parades and traditional performances.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. So, B, what are some of the other interesting things to see here at Asakusa Temple?
Well, you definitely don't want to miss the 5-story pagoda, which is one of the tallest in Japan. There's also a beautiful garden, a thunder gate, and many impressive statues.
Sounds like there's a lot to explore here. Do you have any tips for our visitors?
Yes, it's always a good idea to dress comfortably and bring some water. And don't forget your camera, because there are plenty of opportunities for great pictures here.
That's great advice, B. And for those who want to learn more about the history and culture of the temple, there are audio guides available in several languages.
Yes, and one more thing, be sure to sample some of the local street food in the nearby market. The famous dish here is called manjiyaki, a savory pancake that's a must-try.
Yum, that sounds delicious. Well, folks, I hope you enjoy your time here at Asakusa Temple. Thank you for choosing our tour, and have a wonderful day. Hi, driver. Are you from Moscow originally?
No, I'm not, but I've been living here for over 10 years.
Wow, that's quite a long time. Do you know any good places to eat or visit around here?
Of course. There are plenty. If you like traditional Russian food, there's a great restaurant called Ugruzina that I can recommend.
Sounds good, I'd love to try some local cuisine. What about sightseeing?
You shouldn't miss the Red Square and the Kremlin. There are also many museums and art galleries around the city.
I've heard that Moscow gets very cold in the winter. Have you experienced that?
Yes, it can get quite chilly, but that's when the city becomes even more beautiful, covered in snow and Christmas lights.
That does sound lovely. Have you ever driven in any other countries?
Yes, I used to work as a driver in New York City. That was a completely different experience, with all the crazy traffic.
Haha, I can imagine. Do you prefer driving in Moscow or New York?
Well, each city has its own challenges, but I guess I'm more used to driving in Moscow now.
I see. Thanks for the interesting conversation and for the ride.
You're welcome. Enjoy your stay in Moscow.
Hey B, have you ever thought about how to design a user interface that can increase user engagement on social media platforms?
Absolutely. I think one key element to consider is the visual appeal of the UI. If it looks boring or outdated, users won't be interested in engaging with the platform.
That's a good point. But how do we balance aesthetics with functionality? We don't want the UI to be so complex that users can't figure out how to use it.
Right. I think we can incorporate simple and intuitive design principles. And we can also use user testing to see what works and what doesn't.
Good idea. Another thing to consider is incorporating gamification elements into the UI. People love feeling like they're accomplishing something, and adding badges or rewards for completing certain actions could increase engagement.
Absolutely. We could also utilize social proof to encourage more engagement. For example, showing how many people have liked or commented on a post could prompt others to do the same.
I like that. We could also experiment with different color schemes to see what evokes the most emotional response from users.
Yes, and we should also focus on optimizing the mobile experience. More and more people are using their phones to access social media, so having a user-friendly mobile UI is crucial.
That's a great point. Do you think we should also consider incorporating some AI elements into the UI to enhance the user experience?
Definitely. We could use machine learning algorithms to suggest content that users might be interested in, or even use chatbots to provide real-time assistance to users.
I love it. And to increase user retention, we could also have a personalized recommendation system that shows users content that's tailored to their interests.
Exactly. And we could also use push notifications to remind users to come back to the platform and engage with new content.
Agreed. This has been a really productive conversation. I think we have some great ideas for designing a UI that will increase user engagement.
Definitely. Let's start implementing some of these ideas and see how users respond.
Good morning, Professor B. How's your day going so far?
Good morning, A. It's going well, thank you. How about yours?
Not bad, thanks. I wanted to talk to you about the upcoming semester's course schedule.
Yes, of course. What do you have in mind?
Well, we're aiming to introduce some new courses this semester. One of them is an elective on contemporary literature. What do you think?
That sounds interesting. Who would be teaching it?
We haven't decided yet, but I was hoping you might be interested.
Laughs. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't flattered. I'll definitely consider it.
Great. And we also want to add a few more sections of the required courses to cope up with the increased student intake.
Makes sense. We wouldn't want students struggling to get into the classes they need. What else have you got?
We're also thinking about a new course on leadership and management in education. And we're considering opening a specialized class for graduating students to prepare them for their career.
Those sound like fantastic additions. We should also make sure that we prioritize reducing class sizes and providing more one-on-one time with professors for all our students.
Agreed. We should also consider allocating resources for more internships and research projects for students. Do you have any other suggestions?
Actually, I was thinking that it would be a great idea to introduce a presentation skills workshop for students.
That's a fantastic idea. In fact, we can invite alumni to come back to campus to conduct workshops on various professional skills.
Exactly. I think that would really make our program stand out. Thanks for listening to my ideas, A.
Of course, B. Your ideas are always welcome. Let's work together to make this the best possible program for our students. Good afternoon and welcome to Miami Beach Hotel. How may I assist you?
Good afternoon. I have a reservation under the name John Smith.
Great. Let me check that for you. Ah, here it is. You will be staying with us for 3 nights, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Wonderful. Before we proceed, may I see your photo identification and credit card?
Sure, here you go.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Just a heads up, we have a daily resort fee of $25. Is that okay with you?
Yes, that's fine. What amenities does the resort fee cover, by the way?
It covers access to our pool, fitness center, beach chair and towel service, and Wi-Fi, among others.
Sounds good to me. Do you have any recommendations on good restaurants nearby?
Definitely. There's Joe's Stone Crab, which is known for its seafood. Or if you want a steakhouse, there's Prime 112. Both are just a few minutes walk from here.
Those sound great. Thank you. Can I request a room with a beach view?
Certainly. I'll try my best to accommodate that request. Would you like a king bed or 2 queen beds?
A king bed, please.
Noted. Your room is on the 10th floor with a beautiful view of the Atlantic Ocean. You will also have a balcony.
That's perfect. Thank you very much, eh?
You're welcome, Mr. Smith. Enjoy your stay here at Miami Beach Hotel. Hey. Have you ever been to Australia before?
No, but I've heard a lot about their culture and customs. Have you been there before?
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. It's a beautiful country with some really unique customs and traditions.
I've heard that Australians love their sports. Do you follow any Australian sports teams?
Definitely. The Australian cricket team is one of the best in the world. And the Australian Football League is also really popular.
I've heard they also have some interesting animals in Australia, like kangaroos and koalas.
Yes, and they're actually considered national icons. You can even see them in the wild if you go to the right places.
What about their food? What's typical Australian cuisine like?
Well, they're known for their BBQs and seafood. And their meat pies and Vegemite are also pretty famous.
Vegemite? What's that?
It's a spread made from yeast extract that Australians love to put on toast. It's an acquired taste, but it's definitely worth trying.
Interesting. And what about their holidays and celebrations?
Australia Day is a huge celebration in January, and they also have the Melbourne Cup horse race, which is a major event.
What's the weather like in Australia?
It can vary by region, but overall, it's pretty warm and sunny. Perfect for heading to the beach or doing some outdoor activities.
Sounds like a fun place to visit. Thanks for sharing all these interesting tidbits about Aussie culture.
No problem, anytime. Maybe we can plan a trip there together sometime.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
Hi there, B. It's nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to discussing some investments with you today.
Hi, A. Nice to meet you too. I'm excited to hear about the investment opportunity you have in mind.
Well, I'm a bit new to investing, but I've done some research and I think I have a good idea of what I want to invest in.
Great. It's always good to do your due diligence. What kind of investment are you interested in?
I was thinking about putting some money into agricultural technology. It seems like a growing industry with a lot of potential for profit.
That's definitely an interesting choice. I happen to know a lot about that sector. Have you considered investing in companies that focus on precision farming or sustainable agriculture?
Yes, those are the exact areas that I was looking into. How did you know?
Lucky guess. But seriously, those are both great areas for investment right now. Do you have a specific company in mind?
Well, I was looking into a startup that creates high-tech irrigation systems. They've just received some funding, and I think they have a lot of potential.
Sounds promising. Have you thought about diversifying your portfolio, though? It's always good to spread your investments across multiple companies and sectors.
That's a good point. I was also considering investing in renewable energy companies. What do you think about that?
I think that's a smart move. Renewable energy is definitely a growing industry, and it's also good for the environment. Have you looked into solar or wind power companies?
Yes, those are the ones that caught my eye. I'm just a bit worried about the initial startup costs.
I understand, but keep in mind that those costs are decreasing as technology advances. Plus, many governments offer incentives for investing in green energy.
That's a good point. Thanks for the advice, B. I feel much more confident about my investment choices now.
No problem, A. It was fun discussing investments with you. Let's catch up again soon and see how your portfolio is doing.
Sounds great, B. Thanks again for your help. Hi, B. Thanks for meeting with me today to discuss how we can ensure the security of our clients' personal information and financial transactions.
No problem. It's a topic that's always on our minds in the database management team. What measures do you have in mind so far?
Well, first and foremost, we need to encrypt all sensitive data and use multiple layers of authentication for access. This includes passwords, geolocation tracking, and biometric authentication.
I completely agree. And on our end, we can implement regular backups and disaster recovery procedures to ensure that all financial data is secure in case of any breaches or system failures.
Absolutely. It's also important that we keep our software and systems updated regularly with any new security patches and protocols.
Definitely. And we should also conduct regular security audits and testing to identify any potential vulnerabilities and address them before they are exploited.
Agreed. It's always better to be proactive rather than reactive when it comes to security. Plus, it helps us earn the trust of our clients and maintain a positive reputation.
Yes, our reputation is everything in the finance industry. And speaking of trust, we should also communicate regularly with clients on our security measures and reassure them that their information is safe with us.
Good point. And let's not forget about the human factor. We should implement regular staff training sessions on security protocols and awareness to prevent any potential breaches caused by human error.
Absolutely. And on top of that, we can also encourage our clients to practice good security habits, like regularly changing passwords and not sharing sensitive information online.
That's a great idea. At the end of the day, it takes a collective effort from everyone to ensure the safety and integrity of our clients' personal and financial data.
Well said, A. It's been a pleasure discussing this with you. Let's continue working together to keep our clients' information and transactions secure.
Hello there, B. What brings you to the library today?
Hi, teacher. I have a big test coming up next week, so I figured I should come here to get some serious studying done.
That's great to hear. What subject is the test for?
It's for my history class. I have to memorize a lot of dates and important events.
History can be tough, but once you get the hang of it, it's really interesting. Maybe I can help you study for the test?
That would be awesome, teacher. I could really use some extra help.
All right, let's get started then. Do you have your study materials with you?
Yes, I brought all of my notes, textbooks, and flashcards. I'm ready to hit the books.
Great, let's find a quiet spot and get started. But first, can I interest you in a cup of coffee?
Yes, please. That would be perfect. I could use a little pick-me-up.
All right, let's go grab a cup of joe and get to work. Maybe we can even sneak in a cookie or two.
Sounds like a plan to me. Thanks, teacher.
No problem, B. Together, we'll make sure you ace that history test. Hi there, B. How's your day going so far?
Oh, hi sis. It's going great, thanks for asking. I'm excited about this lunch. This restaurant has amazing reviews.
That's great to hear. So, what are you thinking about getting?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to choose between the Caesar salad or the grilled chicken sandwich. What about you?
I heard that their burgers are fantastic, so I might give that a try. Do you want to split some appetizers too though?
Definitely. Let's get some cheesy fries and buffalo wings.
Yum, sounds like a plan. Did you hear about that new bar that opened up downtown?
No, I haven't. What's it like?
Apparently, they have live music and a really fun atmosphere. Do you want to check it out after lunch?
Actually, I was thinking of doing some shopping around here instead. But if you go, let me know how it is.
Cool, will do. Hey, do you remember that funny thing Mom said last night at dinner?
Which one? We were all cracking up the whole time.
Oh, right. I think it was when she tried to pronounce that French word and ended up saying something completely different.
Laugh so yeah, that was hilarious. Mom always has a way of keeping things lighthearted.
I know, right? She's the best. But back to lunch, do you want to split a dessert too?
Yes please. Let's get the chocolate cake. It looks amazing.
All right, it's settled then. Caesar salad, grilled chicken sandwich, cheesy fries, buffalo wings, and chocolate cake. This is going to be an epic meal.
Agreed. Thank you so much for inviting me out today, A. It's always so fun spending time with you.
Of course, B, anytime. Let's dig in. Hey B, have you heard about the ISO 27001 Business Continuity Plan, BCP?
No, what's that about?
It's a set of standards that ensures that an organization can continue its business operations during and after a disaster.
Oh wow, that sounds pretty important. Have you implemented it in your organization?
Yeah, we have. It gave us peace of mind, knowing that we have a plan in place in case anything happens.
That's great. Was it difficult to implement?
Well, it's not necessarily difficult, but it does require a lot of planning and coordination.
I can imagine. What are some of the key elements of the plan?
Well, it includes things like risk assessments, business impact analysis, and a documented plan of action.
That sounds like a lot of work, but definitely worth it in case of an emergency.
Absolutely. It's better to be prepared than to be caught off guard.
Do you have any tips for someone who is just starting to implement the plan?
Yes. Start by identifying your critical business functions and make sure you have a plan in place to keep them running.
Good advice. What about communication during an emergency?
That's definitely an important element. You want to make sure all employees and stakeholders are informed and updated throughout the entire process.
Right, communication is key. Do you have any funny stories related to the plan?
Actually, one time we did a mock disaster drill and it was chaos. We realized we had a lot of work to do.
Oh no. But at least it was a wake-up call and you were able to improve the plan.
Exactly. It's always better to catch any issues during a drill than during an actual emergency.
Thanks for sharing your insights with me. Hey, I'll have to look more into the ISO 27001 business continuity plan.
No problem, happy to help. Good morning, how are you doing today?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing all right, just trying to get this dough to cooperate with me.
I hear you, this dough can be tricky sometimes. But once we get it right, it's smooth sailing.
That's true. So, what's on the menu for today?
Today, we have our signature beef noodle soup and a spicy pork stir-fry dish.
Yum, those both sound delicious. Which one is more popular among the customers?
It's pretty evenly split, but I would say the beef noodle soup is slightly more popular. People love the hearty broth and the tender beef.
Speaking of broth, how do you get your soup to taste so good? Do you have a secret ingredient?
Well, I can't reveal all my secrets, but I will say that we simmer our broth for hours with a variety of herbs and spices to develop the rich flavor.
Sounds like a lot of hard work, but it definitely pays off. I'm excited for our customers to try it.
Me too. So, have you tried any new recipes lately?
Actually, I have. I've been experimenting with a spicy sesame sauce for our cold noodle dish. It's still a work in progress, but I think it's coming along nicely.
That sounds really interesting. I can't wait to try it. Maybe we can add it as a special dish later this week.
That's a great idea. Let's see how it turns out and we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan. I'll get back to making these noodles. See you later.
See you later, and keep up the good work. Hey, coach. This climb looks pretty challenging.
You got that right, hey. But I'm confident you can handle it.
I sure hope so. Although, I could use an extra hand.
No problem. That's what I'm here for. Let's start by securing your harness.
Got it. Safety first.
Exactly. Now, remember to use your legs and core when climbing.
Using my arms gets me tired pretty quickly.
That's a common mistake. Don't forget to breathe, too.
Breathing, right. I'll try not to hold my breath.
Don't worry, you'll get into the rhythm soon enough.
You're right. This is starting to feel easier.
That's the spirit, hey. You're doing great.
Thanks, coach. I don't think I could have done it without you.
You're doing all the work. I'm just here to guide you.
Well, I appreciate the guidance. Mind if I take a break now?
Of course not. Take your time. We still have plenty of time left.
Great. Let me catch my breath and we'll tackle the next climb. Have you ever written a system document before?
Yes, I have. It's not easy to do, though.
I'm about to write one and I'm feeling a bit nervous. Any tips?
Firstly, make sure you understand the purpose of the document and who your audience is.
That's a good point. What about the format?
There are many different formats you could use depending on the document you're creating. You should do some research and choose the one that's best for your needs.
What about the language? Should I use technical terms or keep it simple?
Keep it simple, especially if it's going to be read by people who aren't familiar with the technical jargon.
Got it. How about the management of the document once it's written?
Use a version control system to keep track of changes and updates to the document. That way, you won't lose any information and can easily reference older versions if need be.
Great advice. Do you have any horror stories about system documentation?
Oh yeah. I once worked on a project where the system documentation was completely outdated and inaccurate. It caused major delays and frustration for the entire team.
Yikes, that's not good. I'll make sure to keep mine up to date. Thanks for the advice.
No problem. Just remember, writing system documentation can be tedious, but it's an important part of ensuring the success of any project.
Wow, this market is amazing. So many fresh ingredients and local specialties.
Yes, and the colorful displays make for great photo opportunities. What should we try first?
How about some paella? I've been dying to taste the authentic version.
Sounds good to me. Let me snap a picture before we dig in. This looks incredible. Smells great too.
Taking a bite, the flavors are so balanced. I can taste the saffron and the seafood.
And the texture of the rice is perfect. I'm definitely making a mental note to recreate this dish at home.
Speaking of notes, have you been keeping track of the names of the different dishes we've tried?
Of course. I'm not a photographer for nothing. I've got a list on my phone so we can remember everything.
Perfect. Because I want to make sure I try every single one of these delicious bites.
Agreed. What's next on our list?
I spotted a stand selling churros with chocolate sauce. It's like dessert for breakfast.
That's a definite yes from me. Before we go, let's get a few more pictures of the market. The colors and the action are too good to pass up.
Great idea. I'm already envisioning my next blog post with all these amazing photos.
And I can't wait to use some of these shots for my own portfolio. This market is a photographer's dream.
A food blogger's dream as well. Let's get back to tasting and exploring, shall we?
Absolutely. This is my favorite kind of work.
Hi there, B. Are you ready to take on today's orders?
Absolutely, Chef A. What do we have on the menu today?
Well, we have some fantastic options today. Our grilled salmon is the special of the day.
Oh, that sounds delicious. The customers will love that for sure.
Yes, I've worked on the recipe for weeks, trying to get it perfect.
I'm sure it will be a hit. What else are we offering?
We also have our signature lasagna, grilled chicken with roasted vegetables, and a Caesar salad.
Yum, that all sounds amazing. I think I'll have to grab a bite myself.
I'll make sure to save you a serving of the salmon before it's all gone.
Thanks, Chef A. You're the best. So, how's your day going so far?
Busy, as usual. But it's a good kind of busy. I love being in the kitchen and creating new dishes.
That's great to hear. I always appreciate the hard work that goes into making our restaurant a success.
And I appreciate your hard work too, B. We make a great team.
We sure do. Now, let's get those orders in and start cooking up a storm.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get to work. Good morning, boss. How's the business going?
Hey, buddy. Pretty good. But I'm always looking for ways to improve. Speaking of which, have you caught any big fish lately?
I've been lucky this week. I got a lot of salmon and some tuna. Would you be interested in some?
Definitely. Fresh salmon and tuna are crowd pleasers. And what about the crabs and lobsters? I need them for my signature dishes.
I know a spot where the crabs and lobsters are always abundant. You can count on me to go there tomorrow.
You're the best, buddy. By the way, I've been thinking about adding some exotic fare to the menu. What do you think?
Like what?
Maybe some grilled octopus or spicy squid? Or even sea urchin. People love trying new things.
Sounds adventurous. I like it. I think they'll be a hit with the customers.
Great. And speaking of the customers, do you have any suggestions on how we can improve our dishes and service?
Well, I noticed some customers like their seafood really spicy, so maybe we should offer some spicier options. And it might be nice to offer some gluten-free and vegetarian dishes too.
Good point. We'll definitely take that into consideration. Thanks for the feedback.
No problem. It's all about making our customers happy.
You got that right, buddy. And with your help, we'll keep delivering the freshest and tastiest seafood in town.
That's what it's all about. Till next time, boss.
Take care, buddy. See you soon.
Hey, B. What are you up to?
Just trying to figure out how we can develop a reliable blockchain application.
Sounds fun. Tell me more about it.
Well, our company wants to create a system that allows users to securely exchange their digital assets. Think of it like a safe deposit box, but for cryptocurrencies.
That's pretty cool. How do we ensure that the system is trustworthy?
We need to establish a network of nodes that can validate all transactions and prevent any malicious actions.
What do you mean by nodes?
They're like little computers that work together to maintain the blockchain network. Each one verifies every transaction and adds it to the ledger.
Got it. So, how do we make sure these nodes don't end up arguing and fighting over which transaction is valid?
We can use a consensus algorithm that allows the majority of nodes to come to a unified decision. That way, any bad actors won't be able to disrupt the network.
Wow, this is getting technical. But I'm sure we can handle it with our combined knowledge.
Absolutely. With our teamwork and expertise, we can create a trustworthy and reliable blockchain application that users can rely on.
And who knows? Maybe we'll be able to make some major breakthroughs in the industry.
That's the spirit. Let's get to work and make this happen.
Hey there, welcome to our farm. Are you excited to go fruit picking today?
Absolutely. This is my first time picking fruit, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Great. What kind of fruit do you want to pick? We have apples, oranges, and peaches right now.
Tough decision. I think I'll start with some apples.
Good choice. Follow me, I'll take you to the apple orchard.
Wow, this orchard is huge. How long does it take to pick all of the apples?
It usually takes about a week with a team of workers. But it's a great workout.
Definitely. So, how do I know which apples are ripe for picking?
Look for the ones with a bright color and a firm texture. Also, give them a gentle twist to see if they come off easily.
Got it. Hey, what's that up in the tree? A bird's nest?
Yes, it's a magpie nest. They like to build them up high to protect their eggs from predators.
How cool. I've never seen a magpie before.
They're pretty common around here. Just make sure not to disturb the nest or the birds.
Of course. Hey, this apple looks perfect. Can I try it?
Sure, go ahead. How does it taste?
Sweet and juicy. I think I'll fill up my basket with these.
Great job. Want to take a break and have some fresh apple juice?
That sounds amazing. Thanks for the invitation.
No problem. It's the least we can do for our hardworking fruit pickers. Hey B, have you noticed that our inventory management system is a mess?
Yeah, I definitely have. It's been causing some major headaches lately.
Well, I've been thinking about how we can optimize it. Do you have any ideas?
Actually, I was thinking that we could start by automating some of the manual processes.
Good thinking. We could also implement some real-time monitoring to keep track of inventory levels.
Yes, and we could use predictive analytics to forecast demand and adjust inventory accordingly.
That's a great idea. Do you think we could also use machine learning to analyze customer behavior patterns and predict future purchasing habits?
Definitely. And with that information, we could make more informed decisions on what products to stock up on.
Speaking of which, have you noticed which products are selling the most in our store lately?
Yes, I have. We should focus on stocking up on those products to ensure we don't run out of stock.
Agreed. But we should also be mindful of seasonal trends and adjust inventory accordingly.
Absolutely. And if we focus on optimizing our inventory management system, we could potentially reduce costs and increase profit margins.
That's the goal. Let's start by analyzing our current inventory data and go from there.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get started.
Good morning, B. How did you sleep?
Morning, chef. I slept like a log, thanks for asking. What's on the menu today?
We have some fresh lamb chops that we need to cook. How about we spice things up and make a mint and chili rub?
That sounds delicious. What side should we serve with them?
I was thinking some roasted potatoes with rosemary and garlic and some grilled asparagus with lemon zest.
Yum, my mouth is watering already. Do we have everything we need in the kitchen?
Yes, everything is prepped and ready to go. Let's get started.
Chef, have you heard about the local food festival happening next week?
Yes, I have. Are you planning on going?
Definitely. I want to try all the different cuisines and get some inspiration for new dishes.
Sounds like a great idea. We should also think about creating a special menu for the festival.
That's a great idea, chef. I'll start brainstorming some new dishes we can add to the menu.
Wonderful. And don't forget, we need to make sure that everything we serve is cooked to perfection and looks visually appealing.
Absolutely, chef. I always take pride in making sure our plates look just as good as they taste.
That's what I like to hear. Now let's get back to cooking these lamb chops.
Yes, chef. I'll start heating up the grill while you prepare the rub.
Hey B, how was your surfing lesson with the instructor?
It was amazing. The waves were perfect and the coach was really helpful.
That's great to hear. Did you manage to catch a big wave?
Yes, I did. It was so exhilarating.
Awesome. Did you wipe out at all?
Yeah, a few times. But the instructor was patient and helped me get back on my board.
That's the mark of a good coach. Did he give you any tips on improving your technique?
Yeah, he said I need to work on my balance and foot placement.
It's awesome that you got personalized tips. Did you enjoy the beach too?
Definitely. The sand was so fine and the water was crystal clear.
Yeah, Perth beaches are beautiful. Did you try any of the other water sports, like kayaking or snorkeling?
No, just stuck to surfing for now. But I want to try them out soon.
That's cool. I'm glad you had a blast. We should come back and do it again sometime.
For sure. It's such a fun and thrilling experience.
Hi there. I'm glad we finally get to talk about designing a gamified learning app.
Yes, me too. I think it's a great way to make education more engaging and interactive for users.
Definitely. So, what kind of game mechanics do you think we should include in the app?
Well, how about a point system where users can earn rewards for completing tasks or quizzes?
That's a great idea. We could also include mini-games or challenges to break up the learning content.
Yes, and we could even have leaderboards to create a sense of friendly competition among users.
Absolutely. Speaking of content, what subjects do you think we should focus on?
I think we should have a variety of subjects, including math, science, history, and language learning.
I agree. And we should make sure the content is age-appropriate and tailored to each user's individual learning level.
For sure. We could also incorporate feedback and personalized recommendations based on their progress.
Yes, that would enhance the user experience even further. What about the app's design and graphics?
I think we should aim for colorful and playful graphics with a user-friendly interface.
Agreed. And we could add fun animations or characters to make the app more appealing.
That's a great idea. I'm really excited to get started on this project.
Me too. I think together we can create something truly special and educational for our users.
Definitely. Let's start brainstorming and put our skills to work.
Hi there. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm excited to be in the art studio and working on my latest project.
Wonderful. So, what kind of artwork are you currently focused on?
I'm experimenting with mixed media pieces. I want to combine different textures, colors, and materials to create something unique.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Which materials are you thinking of using?
Well, I have some acrylic paints, paper cutouts, and fabric scraps. I also want to add some 3D elements like wire or feathers.
That's a great mix. Have you thought about what kind of message or feeling you want to convey with this work?
Yes, I want to express a sense of whimsy and playfulness. I want it to evoke feelings of joy and curiosity.
I love that. It's important to create art that brings positivity into the world. Are there any artists that inspire you in this vein?
Definitely. I'm a big fan of Yayoi Kusuma's use of bright colors and patterns, and also the playful sculptures of Claes Oldenburg.
Both amazing artists. What do you feel is the biggest challenge of this project so far?
I think the biggest challenge is finding a way to balance all the different materials and colors. I don't want it to look too cluttered.
That's a valid concern. It takes a lot of skill to create a cohesive composition with so much going on. I'm sure you'll find a way to make it work.
I hope so. Thanks so much for your encouragement and feedback. It always helps to have a fresh perspective.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. Let me know if you need any further assistance or advice. Keep up the great work. Hi B. Have you heard about the music artist A's latest album?
Hi A. Yes, I heard it's fantastic. We should definitely consider releasing it under our label.
I agree. A has been making great music for years, and it would be a great addition to our catalog.
I'm thinking we can do a promotional tour and get the album singles played on different radio stations.
That's a great idea. A's music style is so versatile, I think it would appeal to a wide variety of listeners.
And we can also create exclusive merchandise to go with the album. Like t-shirts, posters, and keychains, it will increase the revenue.
Absolutely. I think A's fans would really love to get their hands on some branded merchandise.
I think we should also consider digital downloads and streaming as well, because the music industry is changing and we need to keep up.
Of course, we need to adapt to new technologies and consumer habits. What about a special edition vinyl release too?
Yes, it will surely attract collectors and vinyl enthusiasts. Let's get this album released and make some money.
Haha, that's the spirit. It's going to be great working on this project with you, B. We make a good team.
Yes, we do. Let's make A's album a huge success.
Good morning. How can I assist you today?
Hi. I have a question about my neighbor's loud parties. What legal actions can I take?
If their noise is disrupting your peace, I can send them a formal warning letter.
That sounds reasonable. Will that stop them from having parties?
That would depend on their willingness to respect your rights. But if they continue, we can file a lawsuit against them.
I see. I hope it doesn't come to that. On a lighter note, have you ever had a funny legal case?
Yes, one of my clients had a pet chicken that was stolen, and we successfully got her compensation for it.
Wow, that's quite unique. Speaking of pets, my ex-partner took my dog after we broke up. Do I have any legal rights to get him back?
It depends on who the legal owner of the dog is. We can examine your situation closer and see if we can file a lawsuit for custody.
Thank you so much for your help. By the way, what do you like to do in your free time?
I love hiking and trying new restaurants.
That sounds fun. I'm more of a movie person myself. Have you seen any good ones lately?
Yes, I saw a really funny romantic comedy that made me laugh out loud.
That's awesome. I will definitely check it out. Thank you for your time and advice today.
You're welcome. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any more legal questions. Hey B, have you ever tried ceviche?
No, I haven't. What is it exactly?
It's a popular seafood dish from South America that's made with raw fish marinated in lime juice, onions, and other ingredients.
Oh, that sounds interesting. How's the taste?
Well, it's tangy, zesty, and refreshing, perfect for a hot summer day. Plus, you get the protein and omega-3 from the fish.
I'm not sure if I'm ready for raw fish yet.
Don't worry, the acidity from the lime juice actually cooks the fish, so it's not completely raw.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a try then. Is there a particular fish that's used for ceviche?
Usually, it's made with firm white fish like sea bass, halibut, or tilapia. But some people use shrimp or octopus too.
Interesting. Do you know how to make ceviche?
Yes, it's pretty simple actually. You just need fish, lime juice, onions, cilantro, salt, and pepper. Then you let it marinate for a few hours until the fish turns opaque.
Sounds easy enough. Should we try to make some together?
Absolutely. We'll have a ceviche party.
Haha, I love it. I'll bring the drinks.
And I'll grab the chips and salsa.
Perfect. You got me excited to try ceviche now. Thanks for introducing me to it.
No problem, happy to help expand your culinary horizons. Hi, B. It's nice to see you again. I heard you're an expert in machine vision technology.
Yes, that's correct. I've been working on some interesting projects lately, one of which involves optimizing the cargo tracking system for the logistics company.
Wow, that sounds impressive. Can you tell me more about it?
Sure. Currently, the company is using manual scanning for tracking, which can be time-consuming and error-prone. We're proposing a system that uses machine vision to automate the process by capturing and analyzing images of the cargo labels.
I see. That could definitely save a lot of time and reduce the risk of errors. How exactly does the machine vision technology work in this system?
Essentially, we'll use image processing algorithms to extract the necessary information from the cargo labels and compare them with the database. It's similar to how facial recognition technology works.
That sounds really efficient. But what kind of challenges do you anticipate while implementing this system?
Well, there could be issues with the accuracy of the image recognition algorithm if the labels are damaged or obscured. We also need to train the system to recognize various types of labels and symbols.
Interesting. What kind of software would you be using for this project?
We'll be using a combination of Python, OpenCV, and TensorFlow. These tools help us with image processing, machine learning, and computer vision tasks.
It's great to learn about these technologies. How long do you think it would take to implement the system?
We estimate it would take about 3 months to complete the development and testing, and another month to integrate it with the existing system.
That's not too long, considering the benefits it could bring to the company. Thanks for sharing this information, B. It's been really insightful.
You're welcome, A. It's always a pleasure to talk shop with a fellow tech enthusiast.
Hey, have you heard about ISO 27001 and ISO 27002?
No, what are they?
They are information security standards that companies can adopt to keep their information secure.
Oh, I see. Do you think our company should adopt those standards?
Well, it depends on our company's needs and resources.
That makes sense. Can you tell me more about ISO 27001?
Sure, it's more focused on the management system for information security.
And what about ISO 27002?
ISO 27002 is more focused on the actual controls that companies can implement to ensure information security.
That's interesting. Do you know any examples of those controls?
Some examples are access control, network security, and incident management.
Got it. Have you ever seen a company adopt these standards before?
Yes, some big companies like Google and Microsoft have implemented them.
Wow, that's impressive. So, what do you think are the benefits of adopting these standards?
Well, it can help us identify and manage risks better, and it can also increase our customers' confidence in our information security practices.
Sounds like a good idea. But do you think it would take a lot of time and effort to adopt these standards?
Yes, it will definitely take some time and resources to implement them properly.
Okay, thanks for the information. I think we should look into adopting these standards to make our company more secure.
I agree. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Good day, sir. Can I see your driver's license and registration, please?
Hello, officer. Sure thing. Here you go.
Thank you. Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Honestly, officer, I'm not sure.
You were going 20 miles over the speed limit. Do you have any reason for this?
I'm sorry, officer. I was just trying to catch up to the ice cream truck ahead of me.
Chuckles, well, I understand the urgency of wanting ice cream, but it's important to prioritize road safety. Can you please step out of the vehicle and perform a field sobriety test?
Of course, officer. But just so you know, I'm not drunk. Just really love ice cream.
Laughs, I believe you, sir. All right, please follow the light with your eyes and touch your nose with your finger.
Like this? Does the actions?
Very good. Now walk in a straight line heel to toe.
Walks the line successfully.
Fantastic. You seem to be perfectly sober. Just keep your speed in check in the future, and don't risk your safety for ice cream, all right?
Got it, officer. Thank you for the warning. Can I go ahead and get my ice cream now?
Smiling, absolutely. Drive safely and enjoy your day, sir.
Will do. Thanks again. Drives away.
Good morning, how can I assist you today?
Well, I have been having trouble keeping track of all my medications. Do you have any advice for managing my treatments?
Of course. One easy solution is to get a pill organizer to separate your medication by day and time.
That's a great idea. I always tend to forget if I've taken my medication already.
Another tip is to bring a list of all your medications to every appointment with your doctor or pharmacist.
That's smart. I'll make sure to do that. But what about all these side effects? I feel like I'm always experiencing something new.
It's important to read the information that comes with your medication. If anything concerns you, don't hesitate to ask your doctor or pharmacist.
Thank you for your advice. I feel a lot more confident in managing my medication now.
No problem at all. We are always here to help. Is there anything else you need assistance with today?
No, that's all. Thank you again for your help.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day. Good morning, how can I help you today?
Hi, I need your legal advice on a matter.
Of course, please tell me about it.
Well, I'm planning to start a business with my friend, but we don't know what kind of entity to form.
I see. Have you considered a limited liability company?
No, we haven't. Can you tell me more about it?
Sure. A limited liability company provides personal liability protection for the owners, which means that their personal assets are protected if the company runs into financial trouble.
That sounds great. What about the tax implications?
The tax implications depend on the structure of the company. We can discuss the options that best suit your business goals.
Thanks, that sounds perfect. Do you have any hobbies outside of your work?
Yes, I enjoy playing basketball with my friends and taking my dog for long walks in the park.
That's nice. I have a golden retriever too. What's your dog's name?
His name is Max. He's a rescue dog and a good boy.
Awesome, I have a rescue too. His name is Lucky. Dogs really are the best companions.
Absolutely, they truly are. Shall we continue discussing your business goals?
Yes, sorry about that. Let's get back to the legal matters.
No problem, I'm here to help. Let's start by filling out some paperwork.
Great, thank you so much for your advice and time.
You're welcome, it's my pleasure to assist you. Hey, have you had a chance to look over the contract for the new system development project?
Yeah, I took a quick peek this morning. What's on your mind?
Well, I was hoping to get your thoughts on the overall cost.
In terms of development time, labor costs, or additional expenses?
All of the above. The quoted price seemed a bit steep to me.
I see your point, but keep in mind that this is a complex project that requires a lot of resources.
I hear you, but is there any room for negotiation? Maybe we can find a way to trim costs without sacrificing quality.
It's possible. Let me get back to you with my ideas after taking a closer look at the numbers.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be waiting eagerly for your feedback.
Sure, just don't expect me to work miracles overnight.
Huh. No worries, I know you're good, but not that good.
Ouch. That hurt my ego a bit.
Haha, sorry about that. I'm just trying to keep the mood light.
I appreciate that. It's nice to have a partner who doesn't take things too seriously all the time.
Likewise. So, besides the cost, did you notice anything else that's worth bringing up in the contract?
Actually, now that you mention it, there's a clause about liability that seems a bit ambiguous. I think we need to clarify that with the vendor.
You're right. Let's make sure everything is crystal clear to avoid any potential misunderstandings.
Agreed. The last thing we want is to end up in the middle of legal trouble.
That's for sure. Well, let's get on with it then. I'll schedule a meeting with the vendor and review everything with them.
Great, and don't forget to bring some snacks to sweeten the deal.
Haha, you know me too well. Hey B, have you heard about ISO 27001 vulnerability?
Yeah, I have. It's one of the most important standards for information security management.
That's right. Do you know what kind of vulnerabilities it covers?
ISO 27001 covers a wide range of vulnerabilities, including technical, physical, and human vulnerabilities.
Wow, that's quite comprehensive. Do you think anyone can implement ISO 27001 in their organization?
Yes, of course. But it requires a lot of effort and commitment from the organization and its employees.
Sounds like a big undertaking. What do you think is the biggest challenge in implementing ISO 27001?
The biggest challenge is probably keeping up with the ever-changing threat landscape and ensuring that the security measures are up to date.
That's a good point. Have you seen any recent examples of ISO 27001 vulnerabilities being exploited?
Yes, there have been several high-profile data breaches that were caused by ISO 27001 vulnerabilities.
Yikes, that's scary. What can we do to prevent it from happening to us?
We can start by implementing the ISO 27001 standard and making sure that everyone in the organization is aware of the risks and how to mitigate them.
I like that idea. Do you think it's worth hiring a third-party auditor to help with the implementation?
It could definitely be helpful, especially if they have experience in ISO 27001 implementation and can provide valuable insights and guidance.
That's a good point. I'll look into it. By the way, have you heard about the new updates to the ISO 27001 standard?
Yes, I have. The new updates focus on risk management and emphasize the importance of keeping up with the latest security trends and technologies.
Interesting. I guess we'll have to keep learning and adapting to stay ahead of the game.
Absolutely. It's never too late to start implementing ISO 27001 and improving our organization's information security management system.
Hi, I'm a food journalist. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm a wine sommelier. Pleasure to meet you too.
I'm excited to try the food here. What do you recommend to pair with a savory dish?
For savory dishes, I suggest a full-bodied red wine like a Cabernet Sauvignon or a Merlot.
Great, I'll take your suggestion. Now, what's your favorite food here?
The steak is excellent. It pairs well with a bold red wine and brings out the flavors of the meat.
I'll have to try that. What about a dish for a spicy palate?
If you enjoy spicy food, I recommend a crisp white wine like a Sauvignon Blanc or a Rose.
Interesting. I might have to rethink my go-to drink for spicy foods. What's the best way to taste a wine?
Swirl the wine in your glass to aerate it, then take a small sip and let it roll over your tongue to taste the different flavors.
That's helpful advice. This meal has been amazing so far. How about dessert?
For dessert, I recommend a sweet wine like a port or a dessert wine.
Sounds like a delicious finish to the meal. Thanks for the recommendations and enjoyable conversation.
My pleasure. Cheers to good food and wine.
B, are you enjoying the picnic?
Yes, Dad. This peanut butter and jelly sandwich is the best ever.
Good to hear, I made it myself.
Really? You're a master chef.
Huh. I wish. But it's all about the love that goes into it.
Speaking of love, why did Mom not come with us?
She had some work to do, but she sends kisses and wishes us a good time.
I miss her. But I'm having so much fun with you.
That's great. You know, when I was your age, my dad and I used to come to this park too.
Wow, that's cool. Did you have picnics too?
Oh yes, but I had to beg my mom to make me a sandwich since my dad couldn't cook to save his life.
Ha ha ha, that's so funny. You're lucky that you can cook, Dad.
And you're lucky that I brought cookies for dessert.
Yay, cookies. I love you, Dad.
I love you too, B. This is the best picnic ever. Hey B, what are you up to in the library?
I am reading a book from one of my favorite teachers, A.
Oh, that's cool. What book is it?
It's called The Art of Teaching.
Wow, that sounds like a great read.
It definitely is. I've already learned so much from it.
Speaking of A, did you hear about the time when he fell asleep during his own lecture?
No way. How did that happen?
Apparently, he was so exhausted from grading papers that he ended up dozing off mid-sentence.
That's hilarious. I can't imagine falling asleep during my own class.
Yeah, but at least he has a good sense of humor about it. He even made a joke about it the next day.
It really seems like a great teacher.
Absolutely. He has a unique way of making even the most boring subjects interesting.
That's a sign of a true master.
Definitely. Well, I should let you get back to your reading. I don't want to disturb you anymore.
No worries. Thanks for the laugh, though.
Good morning, Coach. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. Did you have a good warm-up?
Yes, I did some light jogging and stretching.
That's good to hear. So, what would you like to work on today?
I really want to improve my footwork for basketball.
All right, we can focus on some agility drills for that. Do you have any specific areas you want to target?
I struggle with my lateral movements, so that's definitely something I want to work on.
Perfect, we can set up some cones to simulate game-like movements. And we'll incorporate some resistance bands to build up your leg muscles.
Sounds like a plan. How often do you suggest I train for this?
I would recommend 3 times a week to start. And make sure to continue doing your own stretching and conditioning on off days.
Got it, I will definitely make time for that. Thanks for the advice, Coach.
No problem, always happy to help out. Don't forget to hydrate and refuel after the workout too.
Of course, I'll grab a sports drink and a snack before leaving. Thanks again.
You're welcome, keep up the hard work. See you at the next session.
Hi there, I'm looking to book a room for a weekend getaway. Can you help me out?
Of course, I'd be happy to assist you. What kind of room were you interested in?
I'd like something with a view, if possible. It's always nice to wake up to a beautiful scenery.
We have several options with stunning views. Would you like a room with a balcony or a large window?
I think I'd prefer a balcony. There's something about being able to step outside that makes it all the more special.
Great choice. May I also recommend our on-site restaurant and pool facilities? They are perfect for a relaxing weekend.
That sounds lovely. Do you offer any activities or tours in the area?
Yes, we have a variety of options available for an additional fee. From hiking to wine tasting, there's something for everyone.
Fantastic, sign me up. How do I proceed with the booking?
You can either book online or provide me with your details, and I can take care of it for you.
I think I'll go with the latter option. It's always nice to have a personal touch.
I couldn't agree more. May I know your name, contact information, and preferred dates?
Sure. My name is Mark, and here's my phone number and email. I'm looking to come in 2 weekends from now.
Perfect. I'll check our availability and get back to you shortly with confirmation. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No, that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
My pleasure, Mark. I hope you have a wonderful stay with us. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything else.
Good morning, Doc. Thank you for coming to our farm today.
No problem at all. Hey, let's get started with the health checks. How many animals do you have here?
We have about 50 cows, 30 chickens, and 10 pigs.
All right, let's start with the cows. How have they been doing lately?
They've been good, but some of them have been losing weight recently.
Have you changed their diet lately?
Not really, just the usual hay and feed.
I'll take some samples to run some tests. How about the chickens?
They've been laying eggs just fine, but a few of them have been coughing.
That's not good. Let me check them out. And how about the pigs?
They've been eating well, but a few of them have some bumps on their skin.
I see. I'll take a look at those too. By the way, do you have any pets?
We have a dog named Spot. He's been barking a bit more than usual though.
It might just be the change in weather. But I can take a look at Spot too if you'd like.
That would be great, thanks.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job to keep our animals healthy and happy.
We appreciate it, document. And we're also happy to have you as our trusted veterinarian.
That means a lot, eh? Let's make sure we get everything taken care of today.
Hi there, I'm the cloud engineer. Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm the database admin. Pleasure to meet you too. So we've been tasked with designing and deploying a health insurance system on the cloud.
Yep, and I think we should start by figuring out what kind of data we'll be dealing with.
Absolutely. We'll be handling a ton of sensitive information, so security should be our top priority.
Agreed. We'll need to make sure our system can handle the volume and complexity of that data, while also maintaining compliance with regulations.
Definitely. And once we have that all set up, we can start thinking about how to make the system user-friendly and accessible.
Good point. It'll be important to have a simple and intuitive interface that anyone can use.
I'm thinking we could also implement some machine learning algorithms to analyze the data and provide insights on health trends.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We could also use that information to provide more personalized and targeted insurance coverage for each individual.
Exactly. And with the cloud, we can easily scale our system as the company grows and adapts to new technologies.
That's the beauty of the cloud infrastructure. We'll also be able to easily update and maintain the system without any downtime.
For sure. This project is going to be a challenge, but working together, I know we'll be able to create a great product for our client.
Agreed. Let's get started. Hello there. Welcome to the concert. May I check your bags and belongings before you enter?
Hi. Sure thing. Here you go.
Thank you. Wow, you're a fan of the performer. Have you seen them perform before?
Yes, I have. This is actually my 4th time seeing them. They are amazing.
That's excellent to hear. I hope you have a great time tonight. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
No, I think I'm all set. Thank you for checking my bag.
No problem at all. Have you been to many concerts before?
Quite a few, yes. I absolutely love live music.
Me too. I've worked at this venue for a few years now, and I still get excited to see all the different performers that come through.
It must be cool to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff too.
It definitely is. Plus, I get to be up close and personal with all the action.
That sounds like a dream job.
It definitely has its perks. All right, you're all set. Enjoy the show.
Thanks so much. I know I will. Have a great night.
You too. Take care. Hi there. Do you have any recommendations for some fresh seafood?
Of course. What's your preference? Shrimp, crabs, or fish?
I think we're up for some fish. Got any that are superbly fresh?
Absolutely. We just got a fresh delivery of sea bass this morning. Perfect for a nice grill or fry.
That sounds good. How much does it cost per kilo?
It's currently at $20 per kilo. But if you buy more, I can give you a discount.
All right. We'll take 3 kilos of it then. Do you have any tips on how to cook it?
Well, with the sea bass, you can simply sprinkle salt, pepper, and garlic powder onto it and then wrap it in foil before grilling it. Do you have a grill?
No, we don't have a grill. How about an oven?
That works too. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, put your marinated fish in, and bake it for 10 to 15 minutes.
Great. We'll definitely try that out. And while we're at it, can we get some fresh clams as well?
Sure thing. I'll give you a couple dozen of our freshest ones. How's that sound?
That sounds perfect, thank you. Do you have any suggestions on how to cook clams?
You can never go wrong with spaghetti alla vongole or simply steaming them.
Delicious, we'll definitely try that too. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Enjoy your fresh seafood.
Hey, B. What brought you here to the hospital today?
Well, I'm meeting with the project manager A to discuss how we can optimize the hospital's information system.
Sounds very technical. Is it going to be a boring meeting?
Actually, I'm looking forward to it. A is a great project manager and knows how to make our discussions fun.
That's good to hear. I'm not very familiar with information systems. Can you give me a brief explanation of what we're doing?
Sure. We're looking at how to improve the data management system, electronic records, and other applications used in the hospital. This will improve efficiency, reduce errors, and ensure better patient care.
Wow, that sounds great. Anything I can help with?
Of course. We need people with different backgrounds and perspectives to make this project successful. Your creativity and problem-solving skills will definitely come in handy.
Glad to hear that. I'm excited to contribute. Just don't use too much jargon.
Laughs, don't worry, hey. I promise to keep it light and fun. With you on our team, we'll surely come up with some creative solutions.
Awesome. Let's get to it then. I'm looking forward to being part of the team and making a difference here.
Let's do it. And who knows, we might even learn a thing or two from each other.
Hey B, have you heard about the ISO 27001 SIRP?
Yay, I have. It's a plan that organizations use to detect and respond to security incidents.
That's right. It's a comprehensive plan that helps companies stay prepared for any security-related issues.
Absolutely. It's crucial for businesses to have this plan in place to minimize risks and damage in the event of a security breach.
I couldn't agree more. So, have you ever been involved in implementing an SIRP?
Yes, I have. It was a challenging but rewarding experience. We had to test the plan, and it was impressive how well it worked.
That sounds interesting. What were the key elements of the plan?
Well, we had to create a breach response team and establish clear communication channels with stakeholders. It's vital to have specific procedures and protocols in place.
That makes sense. Did you have any incidents after you set up the plan?
Fortunately, we didn't have any significant security breaches. However, we had a few minor incidents that we could handle quickly and effectively due to the SIRP.
That's great to hear. What do you think are the most challenging aspects of creating an SIRP?
I think the most challenging part is ensuring that all staff members are aware of the plan and trained on how to follow it. It's vital to have everyone on board so the response is coordinated and efficient.
I see. I can imagine that it requires a lot of training and preparation. Do you have any tips for someone who's about to create an SIRP?
My advice would be to take your time and not rush things. It's essential to involve all stakeholders in the process and create a culture of security within the organization.
Wise words, B. Thanks for sharing your insights. I feel more confident about approaching the implementation of an SIRP after hearing your experience.
Anytime, hey. It's always good to exchange knowledge and ideas. I'm glad I could help.
Hi there, B. How's it going?
Hey. I'm good, thanks. How about you?
Can't complain. So, let's talk about the upcoming performance.
Yeah, sure. What do we have so far?
Well, we've secured the venue for next month's show.
Awesome. What's the capacity of the venue?
It holds around 500 people. Should be perfect for your performance.
Sounds great. Have we promoted the show yet?
We're currently working on the marketing campaign. It should be ready in a few days.
Perfect. I'm really excited about this show. What's the theme?
We decided on a beach party theme. It should be fun.
That sounds exactly like what I was hoping for. What's the dress code?
Dress code is casual, beach-themed attire. Sunglasses and flip-flops are encouraged.
Haha. This is going to be a blast. Is there anything else we need to take care of?
We need to finalize the set list and confirm any special guests.
All right, I'll work on the set list and let you know ASAP.
Sounds good. Don't forget to include a few of your latest songs.
Definitely. This performance is going to rock. Thanks for all your hard work, A.
No problem, B. I'm looking forward to seeing you shine on stage. Good morning. Are you enjoying the view of Mt. Fuji?
Oh, definitely. It's breathtaking. Hey, are you a photographer here?
Yes, I'm a travel photographer. I'm here to capture the beauty of this amazing mountain.
That's so cool. I've always been interested in photography. What kind of equipment are you using?
I mostly use a DSLR camera with a wide-angle lens to capture wide views of the mountain. What about you? Do you take photos as well?
Yes, but just with my phone. I'm not really an expert like you.
Oh, anyone can take good photos with their phone these days. It's all about finding the right angle and lighting.
That's true. I'm actually planning on taking a photography class when I get back home. Do you have any advice for beginners like me?
Sure, just keep practicing and don't be afraid to experiment with different techniques. And most importantly, have fun with it. Photography is all about capturing moments and memories.
Thanks for the advice. By the way, I noticed you have a drone with you. Do you use it for aerial shots of Mt. Fuji?
Yes, that's right. Aerial shots are great for capturing the vastness of the mountain and the surrounding landscape. Would you like to see some of my drone shots?
Definitely, that would be awesome.
Here you go. What do you think?
Wow, they're amazing. You truly have an eye for capturing the beauty of nature. Thank you for sharing your work with me.
Thank you for your kind words. It's always great to share my passion for photography with others. Anything else you would like to know about?
No, I think I've learned a lot from you already. Thanks again for the great tips and conversation.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your trip to Mt. Fuji. Hey, have you heard about the recent cyber attacks on financial institutions?
Of course, it's been all over the news. What's up?
I was just thinking about how we can protect our clients' data from these hackers.
That's definitely a concern. As a cybersecurity specialist, my suggestion is to tighten our security measures.
That sounds like a good idea. Are there any specific measures we can take?
Definitely. Having a multi-factor authentication system and regularly updating our software can go a long way.
That's great. As a network engineer, I believe we can also implement firewalls and VPNs to protect data transmission.
Excellent point. We should also consider implementing intrusion detection and prevention systems to alert us of any unusual activity.
That's something I didn't think of. It's great to have you on board, B.
Happy to help. Together, we can make sure our clients' data is safe and secure.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe we'll even prevent the next cyber attack from happening. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Officer A, and I will be conducting your interrogation today.
Good afternoon, officer. Can I ask for a glass of water?
Of course, I'll get one for you. So, let's get started. Do you know why you're here?
Well, I have a feeling it's because of that convenience store robbery last night.
Bingo. Can you tell me your whereabouts during the time of the incident?
Honestly, officer, I was at home watching a movie. Alone.
That's your alibi? What movie were you watching?
It was a rom-com called 10 Things I Hate About You.
Laughs, you expect me to believe that? Alright, let's switch gears. What do you do for a living, sir?
I work as a clown for children's parties.
Really? That's interesting. Isn't that a bit ironic, considering the situation you're in right now?
Chuckles, yeah, you could say that.
Okay, one last question. Do you have any accomplices in the robbery?
No, officer. I acted alone.
Alright, then. We'll see if that holds up in court.
Shrugs, fair enough. Can I still get that glass of water now?
Hey B, what's up? What are we up to today?
Hey A, we have been tasked with designing a high-performance server infrastructure for our online gaming platform. We want to make sure it can handle high traffic and provide a seamless experience for our gamers.
That sounds like a challenging assignment. What are the key components that we need to consider while designing the server architecture?
We need to consider factors like network latency, hardware capabilities, load balancing, and security protocols. It's also important to integrate automation tools for seamless deployment and monitoring.
Does scalable and resilient design also play a role in this?
Absolutely. We need to make sure that the infrastructure can scale to accommodate the growing user base and also be resilient enough to handle spikes in traffic.
How about containerization? Will that work in this scenario?
Containerization is a great way to optimize resource utilization and improve performance. We can use Docker containers to deploy our game servers, which can help us achieve better flexibility and scalability.
Sounds like we need to keep ourselves updated with the latest trends in cloud computing and DevOps.
Absolutely. We need to leverage cloud provider services like Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure to minimize costs and maximize efficiency. And we need to keep ourselves up to date with the latest technologies and tools.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, have you heard of any interesting gaming trends lately? Maybe we can incorporate them into our design.
Well, I've been playing a lot of Battle Royale games lately. We can consider implementing some of its features like real-time streaming and voice chat.
Sounds interesting. Let's get started using our combined skills and knowledge to design the best infrastructure for our gamers. Hey there, have you heard about the AI engineer and NLP expert who joined our team?
Yes, they are going to help us improve our communication with customers using natural language processing technology.
That's awesome. I think it will make our customers' experience a lot smoother. No more robotic responses.
Exactly. With natural language processing, the system can understand the context of the customer's inquiry and provide the most relevant response.
Haha, does that mean our customers won't feel like they're speaking to a calculator?
Definitely not. We want to make sure that our customers feel heard and understood, especially since they rely on our customer service to help them with their concerns.
It's exciting to think about how much we can improve by using this technology. But I bet it's not an easy task to integrate AI and NLP seamlessly.
It's definitely a challenge, but I think with the right tools and expertise, we can achieve it. It's all about making the machine understand the customer's intent and provide a human-like response.
Wow, it's impressive how much technology has advanced. Who knows where we'll be in a few years' time when it comes to AI and NLP?
I know, right? The possibilities are endless. But for now, let's focus on how we can improve our customer service and make our customers happy.
Couldn't agree more. Let's work hard and make our mark in the world of AI and NLP.
Let's do it. High five.
High fives, B. Hey. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks. What's up?
I was thinking about planning a trip overseas, but I'm kind of worried about safety and security. Do you have any tips?
Definitely. First, make sure you keep your belongings close to you at all times. You don't want to give any pickpockets a chance.
That's a good point. I'll make sure to be careful. What about passports and documents?
Keep them in a secure place, like a travel wallet. And make copies just in case.
Great idea. How about cash and credit cards?
Don't carry all your cash or cards with you. Keep some in your hotel room and use a money belt for the rest.
Sounds like a plan. What if I need to use Wi-Fi or public computers?
Don't use them for anything sensitive, like logging into your bank account. Stick to using your own device or a secure network.
Good to know. What about language barriers?
Learn a few basic phrases in the local language. People will appreciate the effort, and it can help in emergencies.
That's a great idea. What if I get lost or need help?
Make sure you have the contact information for your embassy, and keep a map and some cash on you in case you need a cab or public transport.
These are all great tips. Thank you so much.
No problem. Just be smart and aware, and you should have a great trip.
Welcome to Perth Beach, B. Are you excited to learn surfing today?
Yes, Coach A. I've always wanted to try surfing.
Great. First, let's start with the basics. Let me show you the proper stance on the board.
Okay, I'm ready.
Feet shoulder width apart, parallel to the board, and keep your knees slightly bent. A good balance is key in surfing.
I think I got it.
Awesome. Now, let's paddle out to the waves. Remember to stay low and paddle with your arms.
Oh, this is harder than I thought.
Don't worry, it takes time to build up the strength. You're doing great.
Coughing, it's salty.
Haha, yeah. One of the perks of surfing. Okay, here comes a wave. Get ready.
Excited, oh boy.
Okay, on my count, stand up. 1, 2, 3.
Standing up and falling into the water, whoops.
Laughing, no problem. That was your first wipeout. Happens to everyone. Just get back on the board and let's try again.
Smiling, all right, let's do it.
You're getting the hang of it now. Nice job, B.
Feeling accomplished, yes. This is so much fun.
Smiling, I knew you'd love it. Congratulations on your first surfing lesson. You're officially a surf dude.
Grinning, thanks, Coach A. I can't wait for the next lesson.
Hi there, B. How are you doing today?
Hey A, I'm good. Just busy trying to sort out our company's network architecture. How about you?
I'm doing good, thanks for asking. I understand that we need to come up with a reliable and secure network infrastructure, right?
Yes, exactly. We need to make sure that our network is safe and secure from hackers and other cyber threats.
Absolutely. Well, as a cybersecurity engineer, I can tell you that one of the most important things we need to focus on is user awareness and education.
That's a good point. It's crucial for our employees to understand how to use the network safely to avoid any potential security breaches.
Exactly. And we also need to make sure that all our systems are up to date with the latest security patches and updates.
Yes, security patches and updates are important. I'll make sure to schedule regular updates and maintenance to ensure everything is running smoothly.
Great. Another thing we need to consider is using strong passwords and two-factor authentication to secure user accounts and system access.
Right. And speaking of user accounts, we should also limit the number of accounts with admin access to minimize the risk of unauthorized access.
Makes sense. Additionally, I recommend implementing firewalls and antivirus software to prevent any malware attacks.
Good idea. We should also consider developing a disaster recovery plan and backups just in case something goes wrong.
Absolutely. And finally, we need to conduct regular security audits and assessments to ensure our network stays safe and secure.
That's great advice, hey. Thank you for your expertise and help in creating a strong network infrastructure.
Of course, happy to help. Together, we can ensure that our company's network is safe and secure from any potential threats. Good afternoon, how can I help you today?
Hello, I'm here to refill my diabetes medication.
Great, do you need any advice on how to manage your blood sugar levels?
Sure, I'm always looking for ways to improve my health.
Well, one important thing is to take your medication as prescribed and to stay on top of your blood sugar monitoring.
I've been trying to do that, but sometimes I forget. What should I do?
One idea is to set reminders for yourself, such as using an app on your phone or leaving a note in a visible place.
That's a good idea. And what about managing my diet?
Eating a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can help. It's also important to watch your intake of carbs and sugars.
I've been trying to cut back on those. Are there any foods I should avoid completely?
It's best to limit your consumption of processed foods, sugary drinks, and snacks high in saturated fats.
Got it. Thanks so much for your help and advice.
No problem. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any other questions or concerns. Have a great day. Hey there. Have you tried any good restaurants lately?
Yeah, I went to this amazing Italian place last week. It was absolutely delicious.
Really? What's the name of the restaurant?
It's called La Fontana. You should definitely try it out.
Thanks for the recommendation. What did you have there?
I had their spaghetti carbonara, and it was the best I've ever had. I also tried their tiramisu for dessert, and it was to die for.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I'm definitely going to check it out. Did you go with anyone?
Yeah, my friend Sarah came with me. She had their mushroom risotto and raved about it.
I love mushroom risotto. Do you think it's the best in town?
I've only had it at a few places, but I would say it's definitely up there with the best.
Have you been to any other good restaurants lately?
Yes, I also went to a Thai place called Bangkok Spice. The pad Thai there was so flavorful.
I've been looking for a good Thai place. Do they have any other dishes you would recommend?
The tom yum soup was really good as well, and they have a great selection of curries.
Awesome, thanks for the recommendation. I'm definitely going to have to try that out soon.
No problem. Let me know how you like it when you go.
Will do. Hey, have you tried that new burger place that just opened up?
Not yet, but I've heard good things. Have you been there?
Yeah, I tried their bacon cheeseburger and it was out of this world. You have to try it.
All right, you've convinced me. Let's go there for lunch next week.
Sounds like a plan. I can't wait. Hey B, how was your experience at the amusement park with our tour guide A?
It was amazing. I recommended all the best rides and we had so much fun.
That's great to hear. Did you ride the roller coaster?
Of course. It was a bit scary, but so thrilling at the same time.
Haha, I'm glad you enjoyed it. How about the Ferris wheel?
It was my favorite. The view at the top was breathtaking, and they even told me some interesting facts about the city.
A is always full of fun facts. Did you try any of the carnival games?
Yes, we played the ring toss and won a cute stuffed animal. It was a fun break from all the rides.
That's awesome. Did you have a favorite ride or attraction overall?
It's hard to choose just one. I think I loved the log flume the most. Getting splashed with water was a nice relief from the heat.
That ride is definitely a classic. I'm glad I was able to make your experience unforgettable. How about we grab some cotton candy and head to the next attraction?
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for arranging this great day, eh? It's been a blast.
No problem, it's always rewarding to see our guests having a good time. Let's go make some more memories. Good morning, everyone. Let's get started with the rehearsal.
Hey, did you get a new guitar? That looks shiny and impressive.
Yes, I did. It's a limited edition of my favorite brand.
Well, if it sounds as good as it looks, we are in for a treat.
I hope so. I've been practicing my scales all week.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Plays a few notes. How does it sound?
That sounds awesome. We're ready to rock.
Great. Let's try to nail down the chorus before we move on.
Can we take a quick break? My fingers are starting to hurt.
Sure, let's take a 10-minute break. Anyone up for some coffee?
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I could use a caffeine boost.
All right, let's go grab some coffee down the street. I heard they have some new flavors.
Sounds good to me.
All right, we're back. Let's tackle that chorus.
Humming the melody sounds good so far.
Sings the lyrics, what do you think?
Perfect. Let's try playing it together.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was excellent. We're making progress.
Yes, we're getting there. Let's continue rehearsing and improve on the next part.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how it all comes together.
Me too. Keep up the great work, everyone. Hi there, can you recommend a good cheese to pair with my main dish?
Of course. Our Gouda cheese pairs really well with our grilled chicken.
That sounds great. What other cheeses do you have available?
We also have brie, cheddar, and feta. Is there a particular type of cheese that you prefer?
I'm open to anything, but I do love a good brie.
Our truffle brie is absolutely delicious. It's creamy with a subtle earthy flavor.
Oh wow, that sounds amazing. And what do you recommend as a main dish to go with it?
Our grilled steak is a customer favorite and would pair well with the truffle brie.
Perfect, I'll have that then. Can I also get a side of roasted vegetables?
Absolutely, I'll make sure that's included with your order.
Thank you so much for your recommendations. You've been very helpful.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure to assist you in any way I can. Would you like to start off with any drinks?
Yes, I'll have the house red wine. Thank you.
Excellent choice. I'll bring that right over for you.
Hey B, have you had a chance to look into building a new financial data platform for our company?
Yes, I have. But let me tell you, it's not going to be easy to build something both efficient and secure.
I know, but we can't compromise on safety with all the financial data we have. So, any suggestions?
We could go with a distributed database system, which would allow us to store data in different locations and improve security.
That sounds interesting. But what about efficiency?
With a distributed system, we can also utilize parallel processing, which means tasks can be executed simultaneously, making the data processing faster.
That makes sense. What about data analytics?
We could use machine learning algorithms to analyze the data and detect any anomalies that might indicate fraudulent activities.
Wow, that sounds impressive. Do you think we can implement this system in-house?
Yes, we have a talented team of developers and data scientists who can work together to build and maintain the platform.
Great, I'm excited to see what our team can achieve with this new platform. But it sounds like a lot of work.
Yes, it is. But with careful planning and collaboration, we can make it happen. Plus, we'll get to showcase our skills and make our mark in the industry.
I'm all for that. Let's get started on this project right away.
You got it, hey. Let's build the best financial data platform out there.
Hey B, have you heard about the ISO 27001 Security Incident Response Plan?
Sounds like something I would have skipped during my IT classes.
Haha, I know how that feels. But trust me, it's super important. In basic terms, it's a plan to help respond to cyber attacks.
Oh, I see. So, what kind of incidents are covered under this SIRP?
Anything from malware infections to data breaches, any kind of security threat you can think of.
That's a relief. It's good to know that there's a plan in place. Do you know how to create one?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You need to identify potential risks, create a response team, test the plan, and keep it updated frequently.
Sounds easy peasy. Any tips on making it more effective?
Communication is key. Everyone in the response team should know their responsibilities and have clear communication channels in place.
Got it. Anyways, let's hope we never have to deal with a security breach.
Agreed. But if it does happen, we'll be prepared. Hi there, Captain B. Ready to catch some big fish today?
Absolutely. Nothing like a day out at sea with a fishing rod. What are we hoping to catch?
I heard there have been some massive tuna fish in this area lately. Maybe we'll get lucky and catch one.
Sounds exciting. Do you have any special bait or techniques for catching tuna?
I always use live bait like sardines or mackerel, and I like to troll slowly with a heavy lure. But we'll see what works best today.
All right, let's get started then. The ocean looks calm and clear today, perfect for fishing.
Look, over there. I see a school of fish jumping out of the water. Let's go towards that.
Good eye, let's head over there. And keep an eye out for any dolphins or whales that might show up.
Speaking of whales, have you ever seen one up close while fishing?
I have. A humpback once came up to our boat and swam alongside us for a while. It was an incredible experience.
Wow, that must have been amazing. I hope we get to see some wildlife too.
Me too. But for now, let's focus on catching some fish.
Good morning, B. How are you doing today?
Good morning, A. I'm doing well. How about you?
Busy as usual, but I can't complain. So, what are our specials for the day?
Today, we have some delicious tacos, al pastor, and carne asada. Also, we added a new item to the menu, tamales.
That sounds great. I think I'll have the tacos al pastor for lunch today.
Excellent choice, A. Our al pastor is marinated in a blend of spices, pineapple juice, and chipotle peppers. It's very flavorful.
Yum, I can already taste it. So, how has business been lately?
It's been pretty steady. We've had a lot of regular customers and some new ones who have heard about us through word of mouth.
That's great to hear. I'm glad people are enjoying our food. Have you noticed any popular dishes recently?
Yes, our guacamole and chips have been flying off the shelves. And our enchiladas verdes are always a hit.
That's good to know. I'll have to try those enchiladas sometime. By the way, did you hear about the new Mexican restaurant opening up across town?
No, I haven't. Do you think there'll be competition for us?
Maybe, but I'm not too worried. We have our loyal customers and our own unique recipes that set us apart.
Right, I agree. Plus, we have your managerial skills to keep us organized and running smoothly.
Laughs, you're too kind, B. But thank you. Speaking of which, I need to get back to some paperwork. I'll see you later.
Sounds good, A. Have a productive day.
Good evening, welcome to our tour of Sydney's famous restaurants. I am your tour guide, A.
Welcome to our restaurant. I am B, the manager. How may I assist you?
We are excited to be here tonight and would love to know more about the food culture in Sydney.
Of course. We are known for our fresh seafood, locally grown produce, and multicultural cuisine.
That sounds fantastic. Could you recommend some must-try dishes?
Our signature seafood platter is a must-try, featuring the freshest catches of the day. Our lamb shank and veggie burger are also very popular.
Yum, they sound delicious. Could you tell us more about the inspirations behind your dishes?
Our chefs take inspiration from Sydney's diverse cultures and incorporate fresh, local ingredients into every dish.
It's incredible how the culture and history of a place can be captured through food. Speaking of history, what is the history behind this restaurant?
This restaurant has been serving delicious meals for over 20 years, and it's located in one of the most historic parts of Sydney.
I can feel the rich history and culture of this restaurant. Thank you for sharing.
It's always a pleasure to share the stories behind the delicious food we serve.
Our guests will surely enjoy this dining experience. Thank you for your time and hospitality.
Thank you for choosing us, and we hope to see you again soon.
Hey there. Have you heard about ISO 27001 workstation security?
Oh yeah. It's that fancy certification for data security, right?
Yup, that's the one. And one of the things it covers is workstation security.
Interesting. I'm assuming this means we have to lock our computers in a vault?
Haha, no way. It's more about implementing the right security policies and procedures.
Ah, got it. So what kind of policies are we talking about here?
Well, things like making sure your password is strong and secure, not leaving your computer unlocked when you step away from your desk, and keeping your antivirus software up to date.
Sounds like common sense, but I can see how it would be important in a business setting.
Exactly. And the cool thing about ISO 27001 is that it provides a framework for implementing these policies consistently across the entire organization.
Nice. I'm always on board for consistency and efficiency.
Me too. Plus, having that certification can be a selling point to clients, showing that we take data security seriously.
That's a great point. And hey, if it helps prevent a data breach, that's just a bonus.
Absolutely. All right, I'm off to update my password. See you later.
Bye. And thanks for the heads up about ISO 27001. I'll have to look more into it.
Hey there. It's great to be working with you today.
Pleasure to have you on board. I've heard great things about your cooking skills.
Thank you, same to you. So, what's on the menu today?
We have some local specialties like pig's trotter's noodle soup and pineapple cake that we need to perfect.
Ah, I see. I've actually never made pig's trotters before, but I'm excited to learn.
No problem, I'll show you how to prepare it. It's a bit challenging, but definitely worth it.
I'm always up for a challenge. And for the pineapple cakes, I think I have a recipe that might take it up a notch.
Oh, really? I'm all ears. Share it with me.
Sure, it involves using a bit of rum and cinnamon in the filling. Adds a nice twist to the traditional recipe.
That sounds delicious. Let's give it a try.
Absolutely. I'll get started on the pig's trotters, and you can roll out the dough for the cakes.
Got it. And hey, maybe we can even sneak a taste test before the customers come in.
Laughs, good idea. I'm always down for a snack break.
Perfect. Teamwork always makes the job easier.
Hi, how's your day been so far?
It's been all right. Just driving around, picking up customers like you. Going to Boston today?
Yes, I'm visiting some friends there. Have you ever been?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. It's a great city. Have you seen the Freedom Trail or the USS Constitution?
No, I haven't. Are they worth checking out?
Definitely. You'll learn a lot about the history of the city and the country. Plus, the views are amazing.
That sounds cool. I'll have to add those to my to-do list. So, how long have you been driving a cab?
About 5 years now. It's not the most glamorous job, but it pays the bills.
I can imagine. What do you do for fun outside of work?
I'm a bit of a sports fan, so I like to catch a game or two whenever I can. And I love to travel, although that's tough with this job.
I hear you. Any favorite cities you've been to outside of Boston?
Yeah, I really loved San Francisco. It's got such a unique vibe, with all the hills and the bay. And the food is amazing.
Oh yeah, I've heard great things about San Fran. I'll have to plan a trip there someday. Thanks for the recommendation. Hey, have you heard about the ISO 27001 Intrusion Detection System, IDS?
Yeah, that sounds like a really fancy way to catch hackers.
Totally. It's like having your own little FBI for your computer system.
Haha, that's a great way to put it. So, how does it work exactly?
Basically, it monitors your system for any nefarious activity and alerts you if anything suspicious pops up.
Ah, like a security guard for your virtual castle.
Exactly. And what's even better is that it's a standardized system, so you can trust that it'll work effectively.
Nice. So, how do you tell if it's working properly?
Well, you can test it by trying to hack your own system and seeing if it catches you.
That sounds like a fun game. I bet there are some nerds out there who love doing that.
Oh, definitely. It's like a virtual game of cat and mouse.
Haha, I can imagine some tech-savvy people getting way too excited about this.
Yup, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. But it's great to have that kind of protection for your sensitive data.
Agreed. I wouldn't want any hackers getting their grubby little paws on my personal info.
Me neither. So, are you thinking of implementing an IDS for your own system?
Absolutely. Better safe than sorry, right?
Very true. And who knows, maybe you'll discover your hidden talent for hacking in the process.
Ha ha ha, I highly doubt that. But I'll leave that to the pros.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Miami Beach Hotel. How can I assist you?
Hi there. I have a reservation under the name Johnson for a room with an ocean view.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. May I have your passport and credit card, please?
Sure, here you go.
Thank you. How long will you be staying with us?
Just for a couple of days, maybe 3. I'm excited to hit the beach.
That's great to hear. Our beach is beautiful, and the weather is perfect for tanning.
Awesome. Do you have any recommendations for restaurants nearby?
Yes, we have several nice restaurants in the area. Would you prefer seafood or something else?
Seafood sounds perfect.
I recommend Joe's Stone Crab for fresh seafood. It's about a 10-minute walk from here.
Thanks, I'll definitely check it out. By the way, do you have a gym in the hotel?
Yes, we do. Our fitness center is on the 3rd floor and is open 24 hours a day.
Great. I won't skip my workouts while on vacation.
That's the spirit. Is there anything else I can assist you with? Maybe a tour or transportation?
No, thank you. I think that's all for now.
All right then, Mr. Johnson. Here's your room keycard. Your room is on the 5th floor. Enjoy your stay with us.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too. Hey, have you checked the SEO ranking of our website recently?
Actually, I was just checking that out earlier today. What's up?
I think we need to improve our SEO to get more organic traffic. Any ideas?
Well, first things first, have you made sure all the keywords we want to rank for are present on the website?
Yeah, I think so. But maybe we should do some research and see what keywords our competitors are using.
Good idea. And we should also make sure our website has a good site structure with clear navigation and page hierarchy.
I see what you're saying. So we need to work on both the on-page and off-page optimization.
Exactly. And that includes optimizing our meta tags, image alt descriptions, and making sure our content is original and high quality.
Right. But what about backlinks? Do we need to build more of those?
Definitely. But let's focus on getting quality backlinks from reputable sources instead of just getting a ton of them.
Got it. And what about social media? Should we be promoting our website on there too?
Absolutely. Social media can be a great way to drive traffic to our site and build brand awareness.
Okay, so we have a lot of work to do. Are there any SEO tools you'd recommend to help with our efforts?
Sure, I use Moz and SEMrush to track our rankings and research keyword opportunities. They're both great resources.
Awesome, I'll check those out. Thanks for your help.
No problem, anytime. Let's get to work.
Good morning, sir. What brings you to our humble school today?
Good morning, hey. I'm an educator, here to teach you and your fellow students about agriculture.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I'm a farmer myself, so I'm definitely looking forward to it.
That's great to hear, hey. Do you have any specific crops or animals you'd like me to highlight?
Well, we mostly grow rice, corn, and some vegetables here. As for animals, we have chickens and a few cows.
Perfect. We'll definitely cover those. How do you usually handle pests on your crops?
We use natural methods, like neem oil and garlic spray. It's better for the environment and doesn't harm the crops.
That's a great approach. I'm glad to hear you're conscious of the impact of your farming practices. Speaking of which, have you tried organic farming?
Not really, but I've heard about it. What's different about it?
Organic farming uses only natural fertilizers and pesticides and focuses on building healthy soil. It's a great way to produce healthy and sustainable crops.
That sounds like a worthwhile endeavor. How long does it take to convert to organic farming?
It can take a few years, since you need to rebuild the soil and adjust your practices. But the benefits are definitely worth it.
I see. Well, I'm definitely interested in learning more about it. Thanks for sharing your knowledge with us today, sir.
It's my pleasure, hey. I'm always happy to help spread awareness about sustainable agriculture.
Hey B, what's up?
Nothing much, just trying to ensure the safety and stability of our cloud services. How about you?
Same here, I'm making sure everything is running smoothly on the technical side. So, what's your plan for ensuring the security of our cloud services?
Well, I think we need to implement a multi-layered approach to ensure that our services are secure from all angles.
That's a great idea. What do you think about using encryption as one of the layers?
Encryption is a must-have, but we also need to focus on other areas like access controls, firewalls, and intrusion detection systems.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned access controls, because that's something we can do to restrict unauthorized access.
Yes, and we need to ensure that only authorized personnel have access to our cloud services.
Agreed. What about DDoS attacks? How can we protect our services from such attacks?
DDoS attacks can cause massive disruption to our services, so we need to implement measures like load balancing and traffic filtering to mitigate their impact.
Good point. I'm curious, what are some common misconceptions people have about cloud security?
One common misconception is that the cloud is no different from traditional IT environments when it comes to security. In reality, cloud security requires a different approach and a different set of tools and techniques.
That's interesting. What about cloud providers? How can we ensure that they're doing their part in safeguarding our services?
We need to carefully choose our cloud providers and ensure that they have robust security measures in place. We also need to conduct regular audits and assessments to ensure their compliance with industry standards.
That's sound advice. Let me ask you this, what are some of the biggest threats to cloud security?
Some of the biggest threats to cloud security include data breaches, insider threats, and malware attacks. We need to be vigilant and prepared to respond to these threats quickly.
I completely agree. Do you have any additional tips for safeguarding our cloud services?
Yes, we need to ensure that our security protocols and processes are constantly updated and reviewed to stay ahead of emerging threats. We also need to educate our users on best practices for cloud security.
Those are fantastic tips. Well, it looks like we've covered a lot of ground here. Thanks for the insightful conversation, B.
Anytime, A. Let's keep working together to ensure the safety and stability of our cloud services.
Have you ever tried bœuf bourguignon?
No, I haven't. What is it?
It's a classic French stew made with beef and red wine. It's absolutely delicious.
That sounds amazing. Is it hard to make?
It can be a bit time-consuming, but trust me, it's worth it. And the aroma in your kitchen will make your mouth water.
Sounds like the perfect meal for a cozy night in.
Yes, and it's great for entertaining too. Just pair it with a crusty baguette and some red wine, and you have a dinner party hit.
Yum, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. Do you have a favorite recipe?
Yes, I love Julia Child's recipe. It's a bit involved, but she makes it so easy to follow.
I'll have to check it out. Do you have any tips for making it extra flavorful?
Don't skimp on the wine or the bacon. Those two ingredients give it so much depth and richness.
Noted. I can't wait to give this recipe a try. Thanks for introducing me to bœuf bourguignon.
You're welcome. Let me know how it turns out. Hey, have you tried tzatziki before?
Tzatziki? Is that Greek food?
Yes, it's a yogurt-based dip with cucumbers and garlic.
Oh, that sounds healthy and tasty.
Yes, and it's super easy to make. Just mix the ingredients together and you're good to go.
I should try making it at home. Do you have any tips?
Make sure to strain the cucumbers first so that tzatziki won't be too watery.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. What do you usually eat tzatziki with?
It's often served with pita bread or as a dip for vegetables.
Yum, I love dipping vegetables in sauce. It makes them more enjoyable to eat.
Definitely, and tzatziki gives a nice refreshing taste to your veggies.
I can imagine. Is there any other dish that you can make with tzatziki besides a dip?
Yes, you can use it as a topping for grilled meats or as a sauce for gyros.
Oh wow, that sounds delicious. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
Me too. I might have to make some tzatziki for lunch today.
Can I come over and try it?
Of course. We'll have a tzatziki party.
Haha, sounds like my kind of party. I'll bring some veggies to dip.
Perfect, let's do it. Hey there. How's it going?
Hey. It's going well. Just a little busy with this database management work. How about you? What's up?
Same here. We just finished a vulnerability scan and discovered a few issues that need to be fixed.
Oh, no. That's never good. What kind of vulnerabilities are we talking about?
Mostly outdated software and weak passwords. But don't worry, we can fix them easily.
That's a relief. What's the plan then?
First, we need to update all of the software with the latest patches and security updates.
Sounds like a good idea. What about the passwords?
We'll need to enforce stronger password requirements and make sure that everyone is using complex passwords.
Got it. Do you have any other suggestions?
We could also limit access to the database to only those who really need it and monitor all activity for any suspicious behavior.
Great suggestions. Let's get to work and fix these vulnerabilities.
Definitely. We can never be too careful when it comes to data security. Hi there. So, how do you like my latest manuscript?
Hello. I must say, it's quite captivating. Your writing style is really unique.
That's great to hear. I put a lot of effort into making it stand out.
Well, it definitely shows. But I do have some minor suggestions to make it even better.
Sure thing, I'm all ears. Hit me with your best shots.
Firstly, I think some of the sentences could be shorter to help with the flow. And secondly, there are a few typos that need to be corrected.
I see what you mean. Thanks for pointing those out.
No problem at all. And by the way, have you ever considered writing a sequel to this story? I think it has potential to be a series.
Actually, that's funny you should say that. I do have some ideas swirling around for a second installment.
That's fantastic news. If it's anything like this one, I'm sure it'll be a hit.
Fingers crossed. This is why I love working with you. You always know how to bring out the best in my writing.
And I love working with you too, because your creativity inspires me. It's a match made in literary heaven.
Haha, I couldn't agree more. So, what do you say we celebrate with some coffee and cake?
Sounds like a plan. Let's go grab a table and fuel up for our next brainstorming session.
Hey, have you heard about the latest news on food safety?
Nope, what happened?
Apparently, there was a big recall on a certain brand of eggs due to salmonella contamination.
Yikes. I always thought eggs were a safe option.
It's scary, right? You never know what's really in your food.
That's for sure. What can we do about it?
Well, we could always try buying organic or locally sourced products.
Yeah, that's a great idea. But it's not always easy to find those options.
True, but we can always do our research before shopping to find the best options available.
Agreed. And maybe we should also try making more meals at home instead of eating out so much.
That's a smart idea. We can control what ingredients we use and ensure that they're safe.
Definitely. Plus, it's always more fun to cook with friends and family.
Absolutely. And speaking of cooking, have you tried that new recipe I sent you?
Not yet, but I'm planning on it this weekend. It looks delicious.
Great. Let me know how it turns out. And make sure to use fresh, safe ingredients.
Will do. Thanks for the reminder.